fight the power like BITCHUTE.
What's the status, 3?
I'm good, just making the world a better place, that's all.
Between earth and God, I'm a byproduct. I come from a family of hustlers. That byproduct, money is the root of all evil. But I'm still trying to find a large profit. It's a mirage, they live in a facade. I was smoking thigh, had a talk with God. She told me why she named me John. I heart the scriptures to shed light on the darker picture. If you my dog, I'm barking with you. Be feeling the star wisdom. My homie Chuck told me it was giants on earth before me. And chemtrails, we inhale. That's another story. Mercury is used to check temperature. The sun is the spirit sinking. The moon is the portal. Assuming you important. Set your turn. Mars is war. Says the M turn. And change words. I'm in the game for change service. I'm about to disassemble a bomb. I ain't nervous.
Drake, Dragon, Draco, Draconian, Land of the Giants, Ice Wall, Patagonian, Lexicon, word wizardry, speaking Babylonian, highways of the vortex, shooting out the fallopian, low vibrating light, king of the material, mark of the beast, nanotech, scanning serial, the mental dead, carried by 6 to your burial, the lights is out. No resurrection, broken power grid, no interconnection. The Grim Reaper, I'm so collecting. 6-shot, hollow tip, rubber grip, Smith & Wesson. Bitch, repent when God is in your presence. Your aura is weak, uproot your essence. I walk through darkness, highly illuminated. Eyes blazing with fire, with blades double serrated. Hunting down clowns I double hated. Hit so hard your jaw is elongated. Shatter egos like they was glass plated. This was long overdue, past dated. One shot deal, it is as is and no recreation. All praises due to my parents for making. Always appreciate and never abated. One.
The A is the M, like the A is the E. Where earlier I said, hey, you know how somebody say, hey. It's AI. And that's the dream, like,
hey.
Don't people say, hey, I'm dreaming. Am I a dream?
All right. Make sure everything's in order. Today I'm going to read the chapter Fraction of a Story by Kurt von Subbermann. Some Jewish guy. No, it's from the book The Fundamentals of Hyperborean Wisdom. If you hear my AC in the background, my bad, but it is hot and I don't care. It's super hot. Man, I'm not a beginner. The state of Zen. Isn't the state of Zen the state of zero? The state in a whole of peace? Alright. Fraction of a Story by Kurt von SUBBERMANN. I have a feeling this might not be so far this book is not what I expected it to be, and I don't mean that in a good way, but I'm hoping it starts to get more, I want to hear about Hyperborean. So it says, in our popular novel The Mystery, here's the words, Belicina Vilka. The Mystery of Belicina Vilka book. So the History of Kurt von SUBBERMANN, Chapter 11, alludes to the mystery of the spiritual enchantment in a paragraph that is worth remembering here. In this work, in fact, the young Kurt von SUBBERMANN goes with his father, a childhood friend of Rudolf Hess, to a party at the Chancellery of the Third Reich. There, he is introduced to the Führer, who proceeds to make startling revelations. The full transcript of this paragraph is given below, and it states, it says, 8. The end of school ceremony took place, together with other schools in a large festival, with mass parades of the Hitler Youth, culminating in the Berlin Stadium. There, the top brass of the Third Reich, headed by the Führer, established direct contact with the youth by means of speeches and proclamation. Dad had come from Egypt especially to attend a graduation, having been invited by Rudolf Hess to attend a party to be held that evening at the Chancellery. The Chancellery. This would be, in my opinion, the longest awaited opportunity to clarify many unknowns. Peace, maggot. At 10 o'clock in the evening, we climbed the marble stairs of... Oh, man. If anyone could say this, let me know. Wine. I think it's Wilhelmstrasse. Wilhelmstrasse. Here, somebody pronounce this for me in German. Wilhelmstrasse. We'll leave it at that. At 10 o'clock in the evening, we climbed the marble stairs of Wilhelmstrasse 77. Father, allegedly dressed in a jacket, and I, in the uniform of the Hitler Jungen, were not out of place among the large crowd that already filled the great hall of the Eagle. Forming roaring huddles of voices and laughter, he crossed the hall in the direction of the gigantic carved marble fireplace, looking for Rudolf Hess. While over our heads, a chandelier of colossal dimensions poured torrents of light, softly muffled by thousands of pieces of Baccarat crystal, or Baccarat crystal. I had never seen so many distinguished and important people together. All the leaders of the New Germany were there. Dr. Goebbels, Marshal Göring, Reichsfuhrer Himmler, and Julius Streicher. If I even said most of these right. In a secluded corner, we distinguish a group consisting of Rosenberg, Rudolf Hess, and Adolf Hitler. Dad, fearing to interrupt a reserved conversation, instructed me to wait a few steps away. While we drank a glass of champagne that okay, I had to make sure this word I was saying it right. While we drank a glass of champagne, that's what it looks like. While we drank a glass of champagne that solicitous waiter had brought us. And then after a moment, Rudolph Hess noticed us, and after exchanging a word with the Fuhrer, he approached us smiling. "How are Reynaldo, Kurt?" he said. "Come, I will introduce you to the Fuhrer." It was the first time I had seen Adolf Hitler up close, a rare honor for a foreign student. And although I had come prepared, knowing that the Fuhrer would be at the party, it had not occurred to me that I would be introduced. Adolf. Okay, wait. So I think this is what Adolf says. Baron Ronaldo von Zuberman, said Rudolph. The Fuhrer greeted Papa by shaking his hand effusively, but without uttering a word. Mien Patekind Kurt von Zuberman, continued Rudolph, fresh graduate of Napola, pilot and polyglot soldier, future Ostenführer of the Waffen SS. I couldn't help but blush at the laudatory presentation of the Hess Topfpit. It's too much German in here. The Fuhrer stretched out his hand as he stared into my eyes with an icy stare. I felt an electric current run down my spine as a kind of a stomach vacuum almost howled at my navel. It was a sensation of an instant but terrible effect. That look and the touch of the Fuhrer's hand had worked like an acidic agent in a bucket of milk, breaking down and dissolving my state of mind. It was an instant, I repeat, a single instant in which I felt myself explored from within. Once he had pulled himself together, I noticed with surprise that, unusually for him, an enigmatic smile appeared on the Fuhrer's face. "From Egypt, eh?" said Hitler. "I love Egypt, a wonderful land which fascinated Napoleon and which had produced an invaluable comrade like Rudolph. Rosenberg, who by this time had already been introduced, watched the scene with an amused expression. See you, young Kurt," Hitler continued. "I see that it is no coincidence about Rudolph. Egypt is really a center of spiritual force. The enigma of the Sphinx is still valid. You are the proof." He took Rudolf Hess and me by the arm, each, that a higher order guides the destiny of Germany. Two German Egyptians who had breathed the Gnostic effluvia of Alexandria and Cairo, led by the unknown superiors here to place your great spiritual capacity at the service of the National Socialist cause. Seeing you, continued the Fuhrer, I understand how sacred is the task we have taken upon our shoulders in founding the 1,000-year Reich. Peace, Lapis Blue. Our cause is not only the best ideal for which a German can live and die, it is also the cause of the freedom of mankind, of the struggle to save the world from the dark forces, of the final fight against the elemental Wesen, demonic elemental beings. Rosenberg and Papa nodded their heads at each statement of the Führer, who continued to pour out mystical concepts without allowing anyone to interrupt his monologue. I was distracted by the strange power I had experienced when greeting the Führer. A powerful force emanated from Hitler. I did not know whether voluntarily or spontaneously, and I wondered if the charisma had not been acquired by means of some secret technique, some hidden knowledge that a privileged few could access. So tell me, young Kurt, who are the ultimate enemies of Germany? Who are we fighting against? Hitler asked, addressing me. I reacted to the unexpected question with the despair of having neglected a part of the conversation. 3 pairs of eyes of Rosenberg, Hess, and Dad were on me waiting for the answer. However, I had managed to hear was enough for me, as the answer sprang by itself from the depths of my unconsciousness. The enemy is only one, I said categorically. It is Jahwe Satan, I answered intuitively, and so firmly that there was no room for rectification. I looked at Dad, who instantly became livid, and at the others, and I saw the surprise portrayed on all their faces. Very good, young Kurt, very good, said Schittler, with an expression of intense joy. You have given the best answer I could have identified as our most terrible enemies: Judeo-Masonry, Judeo-Marxism, Zionism, etc. But those names only represent different aspects of the same reality, different faces of the same ferocious enemy, Yahweh, Satan's, the demiurge of this world. Only an initiate or an enlightened person like you or Rudolph could give such a precise answer, right, Alfred? Rosenberg smiled with pleasure. I congratulate you, young von Suberman, said Alfred Rosenberg. You are a person of clear ideas. Of course, I was completely stunned by what had happened. Suddenly in that meeting with those remarkable people, I discovered that I possessed an inner voice, a mysterious organ, which enabled me to hear the answers to specific questions. And these answers were correct. I had never experienced anything like this before and could only attribute this sudden illumination to the presence of the Führer. With his strange magnetism, he had awakened my inner ear. Adolf Hitler took the floor again. People not acquainted with the hidden philosophy of National Socialism often make gross errors of appreciation in judging many of our statements, believing they see in them a stupid superficiality, when generally they are synthetic ideas, slogans extracted from profound systems of thought. For example, before the affirmation of young Kurt that the enemy is Jehovah Satan, which is a synthetic idea of deep philosophical content, many ignorant minds would be tempted to suppose that such a concept arises from a gross anti-Semitism. They would allege elementary arguments such as these: Jehovah is the God of Israel, a God of race, one among hundreds of ethnic gods. It is therefore exaggerated to take him for the only God or demiurge. Objection. This one, yes, anti-Semitic. Or this other one, Jehovah is the God of Israel, but because of his monotheistic character, he is the only God. Then why is he identified with the demiurge? It is because of the heretical belief of the Gnostic type. Question of those who believe that being Christians implies the worship of Jehovah and that his rejection means anti-Christian heresy. Another banal argument, or banal, I think it's banal. Another banal argument is the following. If we are to reject the demiurge considering his material work as essentially evil, why identify him only with the Jewish Jehovah when there are hundreds of alternative denominations in the ethnological mythology and in the religious pantheons of all the people of the earth? A question that those who are totally ignorant of the meaning of Israel in the history of the West and the secret of Jewish racial dynamics often suffer from. Objections such as the foregoing our critics would oppose on hearing of Jehovah Satan as the enemy against whom we fight, and of course, they would be surprised at the world Satan attached to Jehovah, a matter which no doubt would draw ironic conclusions for them. Well, such arguments rest on a common circumstance, the ignorance of those who formulate them. Of course, we know that the demiurge receive other names throughout history, but if we choose among them that of Jehovah, it is because it is the last name by which he calls himself, and with this name he designates even his chosen people, Israel, with nothing more than a psychic unfolding of Jehovah Satan himself. These words of the Führer shocked me deeply because of their metaphysical implications. Do the Jews not constitute a race like all others, composed of individuals? It was a disturbing theory that I had just heard. Are you surprised, young Kurt? Asked the Führer, who undoubtedly immediately noticed my confusion, but he did not give me time to answer and continued his explanation. Well, you haven't heard anything yet. Israel is a chakra of the earth. That is to say, it is a collective psychic manifestation of the demiurge, Jehovah, and that is why we affirm that the Jew does not exist as an individual, that he is not a man like the rest of those who compose the human race. The nations of Jehovah and the chosen race is more or less recent, even of a few thousand years, and the ordination of matter or creation dates from millions of years ago. That is why, because of the novelty that the same Jehovah represents compared with other names of the demiurge, which were used by more ancient and culturally more important peoples in history, and because of the geological antiquity of the universe, it seems excessive to designate with the name Jehovah a cosmic God, but it is only an appearance. Here it is necessary to imagine a primordial demiurge, whom we can comfortably call the One, as the Stoics? That's a weird word. Or Stoics. As the Stoics did? I think it's Stoics. Can't be Stoics. As the Stoics did. He is one who orders chaos and spreads pantheistically throughout the universe. He is also the Hindu Brahma or the Arabian Allah, etc., taken in their exoteric religious meaning. But the cosmic plan, somehow we must call the idea of the material universe, is based on the dream of the demiurge, a state of stillness which nevertheless energizes the cosmos, like Aristotle's immobile motor god, in that great day of manifestation, which is also called Great Manvantara. But for everything to function without requiring the intervention of the One who sleeps while everything lives in him, it is necessary to have an automatic system of correction. This is the role played by the so-called cosmic hierarchies or hierarchies. Hierarchies? I don't know. Myriads of conscious entities emanated by the One to maintain the impulse given to the universe and carry forward his plan. The first step is the emanation, are the monads, archetypal atoms that are the foundation of the whole cosmic structure and serve as the matrix of the plan of the One. Their conscious entities, angels, devas, solar logos, galactic logos, planetary spirits, etc., are not individual beings, but form part of the same One and possess mere appearance of existing due to the degrees of freedom with which they are endowed during the Manvantara. The resource used to achieve such illusion is the extreme mechanicity, man, is the the resource used to achieve such illusion is the extreme mechanicity. I never heard of that word, of the material reality found on evolutionary law, which maintain the progressive movement of matter and energy and the exact attainment of the plan of the One. The evolutionary laws are conserved by the conscious entities already mentioned and directed in the direction of the plan. Thus we can distinguish, for example, solar logos, i.e. conscious entities, capable of creating a solar system following the plan of the One, but which in reality are temporary dedoublements of the One. The same can be said of the galactic logos or planetary spirits and even of the simple angels or devas. None of them exist as such, although they evolve subject to the universal laws. The important thing here is to understand that all the grandiose spectacle we are recreating is pure illusion, a metaphysic conception of colossal characteristics devised by the One for your intimate contemplation, because the truth is that all the existent finally disappears when the great pralaya comes. The great pralaya, yeah. The night of Brahma, in which everything is confused again in him, after a monstrous Phagosiization. This word's bugged out. It says phagositization. Somebody spell that. Here, let's see if anyone could mention this. Phagositization. Blah, 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 blah. But we said that the universe is governed by evolutionary laws. These laws which determine the material universe according to a true celestial architecture. As the Satanic Masons say, because the existence of the different degrees of space or heavens in which reality is constituted, just as there are various heavens, 5, 7, 9, there are kingdoms of nature, 3, 5, 7, or planets, 5, 7, 9, 12, or root races, etc. These deceptive aspects are part of the plan of the One and the demons, charged with carrying out that plan, form a precise juridical order based on the famous law of evolution that governs the heavens, all heavens, from the atomic, chemical, or biological to the cosmic, in which each monad evolves following the archetype of each heaven. It is the famous law of cause and effect taught by Sinarki and called karma and dharma by the Vedic religions of India, but it is convenient to synthesize it as law of evolution. This law directs the back and forth path of the monad, which takes various bodies in the different heavens to which it descends to evolve. This path is usually represented as the serpent that bites its own tail, the Ouroboros. Of course, the famous monadic individuation is never reached, for that would mean a real mutilation of the substance of the One. And before such a thing happens, the whole universe will already be phagosticized, looks like phagositized, that word again, in his holy bouquet. I was inwardly struggling with mixed feelings. On the one hand, I was horrified by the theory I was hearing, already knowing from having studied at the Napola, but now endowed with an impressive sense of reality, as it was vehemently expounded with the Führer's irresistible elegance. And on the other hand, I was flattered by the honor of receiving from the lips of the Führer of Germany a personal explanation, terribly extensive and curiously out of place in the worldly part of the chancellery. In any case, my outward attitude was one of respectful attention to his every word, as I did not want to distract again. I suppose that you already know this theophysical theory that the Sinarki teaches in its Masonic or Rosicrucian sect, and that you must feel shocked in the face of deterministic conception in which there is no previewed place for eternal individual existence, that is to say, beyond the Pralayas and Manvantaras, and preciously that fright, that scream of rebellion that you must perceive coming out of your pure blood constitutes an exception to all the rules of the deterministic mechanics of the One, because it speaks of another reality outside your material universe. How can that be, if we have said that everything that exists in the cosmos has been thought and made by him, according to his plan and through his cosmic and planetary hierarchies? Well, young Kurt, I will tell you briefly, because a part of humanity to which we belong possesses an element that does not belong to the material order, and that cannot be determined by the law of evolution of the demiurge. This element, which is called spirit or vril, is present in some men as a possibility of eternity. We know of it by the remembrance of blood. But as long as we are not able to free ourselves from the ties that bind us to this illusionary reality of the demiurge and retrace the path of return to the origin, we will not really exist as eternal individuals. You will ask me how it is that in a closed order, such as the one we have described, there can coexist spiritual elements foreign to it, and why, if they cannot be terminated by the laws of matter and energy, they remain subject to the universe of the One. This is a great mystery, but you may consider as a hypothesis that, for a reason which we ignore, we may suppose it to be an order of being infinitely superior to the demiurge, or an incomprehensible negligence or a colossal engagement, a myriad of beings belonging to a spiritual race, which we call Hyperboreans, have at some time entered the material universe. Let us suppose that such beings had entered the solar system through a door opened on another planet, for example, Venus. Sorry. I needed something to drink. Let us suppose that such beings had entered the solar system through a door opened on another planet, for example, Venus, and that already here, thanks to a ruse, a part of their Hyperborean guides had chained them to the law of evolution. This enchantment, this enchainment, as we already said, cannot be real, but nevertheless the traitor guides manage to confuse the immortal spirits by anchoring them to matter. What are they doing this for? Another mystery. But what is certain, what is effective, is that from the arrival of such guides in the solar system, a collective mutation will operate in all galaxy and modifies the plan of the One. This modification is built in the betrayal of the guides and in the fall of the immortal beings. To make it clear to you, young Kurt, I will tell you that here on Earth there was a primitive human being who evolved following the laws of the planetary chains in the kingdom of nature. This evolution was very slow and pursued the final adaptation to an absolutely animal racial archetype, endowed with a rational mind, logically structured by brain functions and possessing a soul made up of energy from the other more subtle material planes. This man is the one encountered in a still primitive stage of his development by the traitor guides when they arrived on Earth millions of years ago. Then, by means of an ingenious system called Chang Shambhala that you will have the opportunity to study in our order, they decided to mutate the human race, chaining the immortal spirits to the illusory and material human beings of the earth. Okay. From that movement on, there are three kinds of men: the primitive animal men, or Pasu, the semi-divines, or Viryas, or Viras, to whom a spirit was attached in the divine Hyperboreans, or Siddhas, or Siddhas, that's right, who are all those who manage to return to the origin and escape from the great deception. They are also known as loyal Siddhas, a part of the guides, those who did not betray, or who, headed by Christ / Lucifer, actually it says headed by Christ Lucifer, try to save the Viryas through the Hyperborean redemption of the pure blood, which consists in awakening the primordial memory of the lost divinity itself. These are the lords of Agartha, but we deviate a little from our main theme, which was about Jehovah Satan, the enemy against whom we fight to win the right to return to the golden origin. This question will soon become clear to you, young Kurt. For if you remember that the One delegated to conscious entities the execution of his plan, we can now add that the solar systems has been constructed by one such consciousness, which we call the solar logos, seconded by divas of lesser hierarchy who occupy certain positions in the mechanics of the system. On Earth, a planetary entity infused life into the planet and propelled the evolution of the kingdoms of nature according to the solar plan. Embedded in the cosmic plan of the One, it is clear that these are hierarchically linked emanations of the One galactic logos, solar logos, planetary angel, collective or group soul, etc. Who is God here? Depending on the level of consciousness and the cultural and religious patterns of men. It can be any of such conscious entities, but it is always the one. If one says that God is the Son or conceives of a God creator of the entire universe, one is talking about the one. It is the same if one believes that God is nature or the Milky Way or the earth. The different nosological cosmologies that are presented to men in their different stages of evolution to conceive the world do not invalidate the fact that one always alludes directly or indirectly to the one when speaking of God. But let us return to earth, thank God. When the trader guides arrive on earth, they settle in a center which they call Shambhala or Dejong, and found what has come to be called the Great White Brotherhood or cult hierarchy of the earth. It is not a place that can be physically located on the surface of the earth, a matter that you will have to learn more about later, but it is located in a topological fold of space. But what is of interest here is to point out that the chief of the trader guides titles himself King of the World, taking the place of the one of the 12 Kumaras of the solar system. What is a Kumara? A planetary angel, one of those conscious entities chained together by the one that make up the idea of a planet. It is here that the key to the name Jehovah and his chosen race must be found. For the planetary spirit was called Kumara Sanat, who after the constitution of Shambhala and the coming of the King of the World decides to act as regent of the one in the execution of his plan, now modified. For this purpose he incarnates himself in the name of the one, in the chosen race to reign over the enslaved Hyperborean spirits. This is the Hebrew race, that is to say, that we have on one hand the occult hierarchy of the Chang Shambhala with its demons, the traitor guides of their chief, the King of the World, who now carry forward the evolution of the planet and who guide the races by means of a sinister organization called Synarchy. And on the other hand, we have the Hebrew race, which is nothing but the manifestation of Sanat Kumara on earth to occupy the highest echelon of the Synarchy. In the name of the one, the Hebrews themselves in their Kabbalah study that Israel is one of the 10 Sephirah. The Sephirah Malkuth, that is to say, one of the emanations of the one. Finally, Jehovah is the Kabbalistic name of the demiurge, the one that Sanat Kumara represents on earth, and is, as I said at the beginning of this pleasant talk, the last historical name that we know of him. That is why we, the ancient hyperboric beings who still remain chained in this demonic world, must keep well in mind that the enemy is Jehovah Satan, the demiurge of the world. The Führer enthusiastically continued his long monologue, and although a long hour had already passed, and the curious glances of many people who wished to sit at the table were raining down upon us, no one in Germany would have been capable of interrupting him for such a prosaic reason or as eating dinner. I, for my part, only wish to continue listening to the Führer's incredible revelations And so when he asked me if I had understood him, I did not hesitate to make him aware of my doubts. There is something that worries me, I said immediately. Everything you have said, my Führer, about the demiurge, the one I understand perfectly and accept it, but I cannot but ask myself, who then is God, the true God? That is a question you must not ask yourself, young Kurt. The Führer stated categorically, not as long as your mind is subject to rational logic, for then you only succeed in arriving at irreducible paradoxes. But it is evident that doubt has already germinated in you, and that you will continue to meditate on it. I will then give you a provisional answer. God is unknowable for anyone who has not conquered the vril. Always keep this truth in mind, young Kurt. From the miserable condition of slave of Jehovah Satan, it is not possible to know God, for he is absolutely transcendent. It is necessary to go a long way of blood purification to know something about God, about the true God. As you rightly say, most of the great religions, when speaking of God, refer to the demiurge, the one. This happens because the races that currently populate the world have been worked by the demons of Shambhala, implanting synarchic ideas in the genetic memory of their members in order to direct them towards the great collective archetype called Menu. Sounds like cow menu. Thus, perceiving reality behind a veil of deception, one arrives at those conceptions of pantheistic, monistic, or Trinitarian God, which are only appearances of the one, the demiurge, the authorizing demiurge of matter. Note what happens with the concept of God that the different peoples of the ancient family of Indo-Germanic languages possess. Almost all the names derive from the same word, and it is certain that these designate in the remote past of God, creator of all that exists. That is to say, the demiurge, the one. In Sanskrit, we have the words Dayans or Patar. I think that's what Dayans Patar, which is the Vedas are used to name the Father who is in the heavens. Dayans is the root that in Greek produces Zeus or Theo, with a, or Theo, I think it's Theo, with a sense similar to Sanskrit, and that becomes in Latin Jupiter, Deus, Patar, or Jovis. The ancient German also referred to Zintyre or Tiwaz as the God creator of the existing words that also come from the Sanskrit Dayans Patar. Words designating God in the Turanian and Semitic language families have the same etymology. In this last family of important relationship with Hebrew, we find he as an ancient denomination of the demiurge and his planetary representative, the strong one. In Babylon, Phoenicia, and Palestine, he, Il, and Lil, names with the Arabs transformed into Il, Ah, or Allah, etc., were worshipped. You should not be surprised, young Kurt, by this unity. Etymological, since what is alarming is the unity of concept that is discovered behind the words mentioned. Since all the religions and philosophies, one always arrives at 2 or 3 apparently irreducible ideas of God, but which in reality refer to different aspects of the demiurge, such in the preference for a pantheistic and immanent God, the one or transcendent, but creator of the earth and the heavens, Jehovah Satan, Jupiter, Zeus, Brahma, etc. The Führer now looked at me with shining eyes, and I guessed that his words would have really important content. There was a war, young Kurt, a dreadful war, of which the Mahabharata keeps perhaps a distorted memory. The war involved several heavens in its theater of operations and produced as its most outward expression what has been called the sinking of Atlantis, but no one knows in depth what it referred to when speaking of Atlantis, since it is not just a sunken continent. This war has been going on for more than 1,000,000 years on this physical plane, during which several physical continental Atlantises have sunk. And now, in our 20th century, we can say that again, Atlantis is about to sink. But let us leave this mystery for now, for you will have to return to it during your studies. To conclude this conversation, I will tell you one last thing, young Kurt. You should know that in the cosmic war, in which we fight for the liberation of the captive spirits, for the collective mutation of the race, against the Synarchy and against Jehovah Satan, the Third Reich has committed all its spiritual, biological, and material potential. With these terrible words, the Führer seemed to end his explanation. I looked around me and saw that Papa, Rosenberg, and Rudolf Hess were still by my side. An elegant waiter indicated to the Führer that they could go into the inner courtyard for a cold supper at their convenience. It was 11 o'clock in the evening. The Führer and Rosenberg took their leave of us and went to join Goering and Dr. Goebbels at the head of the table. I think it's Goebbels or something like that. Rudolf Hess invited Dad and me to join him for dinner, but it had not gone well after the conversation with the Führer, and at the risk of being offensive, I decided to speak frankly with both of them. So, I think that's the end. I hope so. Shit. Oops. Oh, cool. Hold on, there's a picture here. There's another picture. I must show. Oh, no. Alright. I hope this is done. I think that was 8 pages. It should be. Yep. But there's a picture here, I guess. I'm going to upload it now. And I'll read tomorrow. That's an hour. Outline of the Universe of One. That's tomorrow's chapter. I'll open the panel. This is the picture that was in the book at the end. Let's see. I'll give it a minute. In a minute. In a minute. Peace Face Plant. Dominic. Pools and Tools. Naga. Lapis Blue. And Maggot. If anyone would like to come up, you're more than welcome to. I'll give it a few minutes. Oh yeah, I know. His live's gonna be at 11 Eastern time. I know. I just thought of that this morning. I said, yeah, today's Wednesday. Yeah, Access is awesome. Everyone that comes through here is awesome. Well, not everyone. I'll rephrase that. 9. What time does it start, Dom? I know Dom's got to be over there. I might just keep reading then if no one comes up. Fuck it. I'll read the next chapter, I guess. As much as I don't want to, I'll keep pushing. Because this book, I'll tell you right now, is 200 pages long, and I'm only on page 51. I just read 9 pages, so yeah, maybe I haven't got a warning yet, so I don't even think Access set it up. But I do remember him telling me. Well, if anyone wants to come up, hit the link. And until then, I'm just going to push on. Let me see something here first. Yeah, that's what I wanted to try out. I found this cool Flat Earth Mizap. Where'd it go? Where did it go? This is the crater we live in. Or is it this? This is a fine-tuned machine we live in. But we don't live here. I don't know what stupid person put that. Like, no flat earther believes that garbage. No one believes that garbage. Which do not put this out. Stupid Stunods. Tell them, Faceplant, what idiot put this out?
Flat Earth Society.
They try to discredit, but they just make themselves look like a fucked up edit.
Controlled opposition.
Yeah, Flat Earth Society is fucking worthless. I found this, which is pretty cool, because I've been looking into a lot of Tesla coil stuff. I'm very interested in the Tesla coil, even though I know, for the most part, he didn't invent that. It's reverse engineered tech, but hey, I guess I'll take it.
You see, like, you know how a compass needle works? I think that's what they're calling the DJED technology, where the vehicle or the ship is just like a compass needle, and it just gets, they use the magnetism of the earth to propel it.
Look at this one they made. They made it like you could pour water into it. This map, it's just, they made all the land like pop out, so you could probably pour water into it and it'll, that's pretty cool.
Have you ever seen the videos where they put wet sand on a plate and then they put sound through it? It looks like it's,
oh yeah,
it looks like it's, yeah, it's boiling. It's like it's going in a circle. It's up, and maybe not the center of the earth works. That North Pole area is showing alive, and it's like actually growing like a living organism, like an embryo. It's, the sound is making it grow and move. And
this is interesting. I tried to find more to this guy's drawing here, because I used to think of the firmament as it could be this fine-tuned machine that's creating this electricity that we think is natural or biological, but it could be man-made. Like, I don't know. I don't even know where we are. That's the sad part.
No.
Nope.
Because
Nah, electricity
if
is
the
not.
whole thing is man-made, man made that. Who made that?
Electricity is not man-made. Is the result of man's action, but man didn't create that. Is that men learn how to split magnetism. You know, we learn how to split magnetism, and then the result create electricity. The result of splitting a magnet create a negative force that we're able to harness, which is electricity.
Go ahead, Faceplant. I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah, it can't be. I'm not gonna say it's not man-made, because if it was man-made, who made that man? And
No.
where did that man get its intelligence? Everything came from the creation, right? Everything we see is part of the creation. So, and the creation has to have a creator, whatever it is. Sure, yeah, like today, evil forces have manipulated the creation and making the creation fight against itself. Like, the evil
The only thing that's
people or beings or whatever are manipulating us. They hate us. They hate natural humans. They hate the natural world, and they're using science and technology to turn it against itself because they're jealous of humans.
listen.
God made the earth for us, and the evil ones are jealous.
Listen though. The only thing that's been doing manipulation on the earth is man. Is man. The root word of manipulation is man. That lets you know etymology.
But you
Through
don't know.
etymology. That lets you know through etymology. You know,
You
who's
don't
been
know
doing the
that.
manipulation. You say I didn't
There's
know that.
non-physical entities, beings that are influencing us, and they're not men.
Yes, they are men. Man is the one doing
No, they're not.
manipulation. The government. The government is the one doing the piloting us or piloting us. The government is the one guiding us, and you can't only be manipulating through your mind, through the mind. That's why people trying to get to your mind, because they're trying to control your body. They're trying to control you. The government is the one that's been doing the manipulation, and it's men.
But the government, the world government, is influenced and controlled by demons. Demons are real. They're not physical.
I'm not saying that though. I'm not saying demons is not real, but I'm just saying that it's men that's at the end of the day that's been inspired to manipulate other men.
They're using man to do it. They're using man to do it, but man didn't
What
do
if
this evil
what
technology.
what if man using them to do it? What if man using demons to manipulate other men?
Men aren't using the demons are using the men.
I
Look
don't know
out!
about that.
I just want to say something before I take this picture off. I was watching this guy in Africa, and he climbs trees with nothing. Like, he's fucking insane. Look how high these fucking trees are, man. And this dude, I gotta find his channel so you guys can get an idea. But
What you
they're
mean?
climbing these trees with no ropes, nothing. Straight
Yeah, I
monkey.
could do that. I could do that. I could climb a tree by hugging the tree. Keep on hugging the tree all the way. I
This
could
is
hug
in
my way up a
This
tree.
is in Africa or South American jungles. I mean, these trees are super high.
Yeah, in Haiti we don't climb trees with ropes. We hug that motherfucker. Or we grab that motherfucker, and we just climb that shit with our hands and our feet like animals would do.
Look at this Tesla coil. This is a new Tesla coil. 6-pointed star.
That looks computer generated, that picture.
But yeah, face plant. Man can be using demons. I'm not saying that it's not the other way around that demons is not using man, but I'm saying man can use demons. To
Well,
manipulate.
they can be tricked into thinking they're using the demons, but if a man thinks he's using demons, then he's being demonically controlled to think that he is doing it. He's not doing it.
Nah, nothing is a one way. Ain't nothing one is a one way street, man. It go both ways. If you could climb up, you could climb down. If you would go to the left, you would go to the right. As
Up
above, so
and
below.
down.
That's why you gotta have a contract with the devil. It's about having a contract. It's not about the devil. The devil will just come to anybody and just take over them and just start controlling them. If it was that,
The
if it
devil is a
was a
motherfucking liar. The devil is a weak piece of shit in that book. He's got to. Well, I don't want to diss the devil, but
yeah,
if there
you
is a
don't want to do
devil,
that.
you gotta trick people. Because the devil has no power in this realm. He's got to trick people to do stuff for him, and that means he's powerless. That means we're the true power. If we can conjure up demons and spirits, who's the true power? The spirit ain't even that powerful. If you can
Listen,
conjure it up.
listen, bro. If I could trick you to do something for me, that's powerful. That's magical.
That ain't powerful. That just means the person is filled with stupidity and ignorance.
Man, it's
They
easy.
got
If I
tricked.
it's easy to get you to do something for me that you already want to do. It's easy to you already want to do it. But the hard part is when you're not willing to do it and I still get you to do it. That's magical. Like imagine you in a car that's not able to fly, but you still somewhere somehow got that car to fly. But listen though, we
Damn,
don't
my bad. I was
we don't
muted.
we don't want to diss the devil though, because the devil is the master of deception.
Dom,
And
what time? Sorry, Naga. Hold on, real quick. Sorry, man. What time does that start? Dom, over there at Axis. It's at noon time, right?
What's that gonna be about, Chuck?
Axis is having a live stream today at.
What
Trying to
about?
figure out.
What's it about?
I forgot, but Dom knows. I think it's something that him and Dom are doing. Somebody else.
What about? What's it? What's Axis Rat Blood's thing?
His
What's he
channel.
talk about? Yeah, what's he
Oh,
talk about
oh.
generally?
Man, he talks about a lot of interesting stuff. Spirits, the energy, all types of stuff.
So it's not about anything specific.
I think he basically talks about almost anything. He's open-minded. For lack of better words, I'll use open-minded. He has a mind that's, I don't want to say open-minded, but yeah. Fucking Dom, man, with these words. Dom has, between Dom, Mind's Eye, and a few other people, man, I'm always thinking, should I use that word or not? Damn, it's cold. Fuck. Yeah, that's one of my favorite books that I read by Manly P. Hall. Secret Teachings of All Ages. It's a fire book.
Yeah, I read that book too. That book is cool. I wouldn't say fire, but it's alright.
Peace to Truth Zone Productions and Seriously Ray.
They got a series of it though, right?
Yeah, I listened to a little bit of Manly P. Hall, but I don't need to listen to any of it anymore because I don't really trust it.
There's a message in everything.
It's not giving me anything I can use really. He is a advertised Freemason.
It's all right. That's just a label. I'm all for the message. Like I said yesterday,
Oh, it's not just a label.
those
right.
He's
people
an
got
oath
a
taker.
label
He's an oath
with the
taker,
label.
a fisher of men. That's what a
Hey,
Mason is. A
hey,
Freemason.
right quick.
He took the bait. Me.
Right quick, I want to spoil the party right quick. I want to throw something out there. Got people. Let me see if I can get the chat to talk or some people to come up here from the chat. Right? I think the Bible is right. I think the women associated. I mean the devil associated with the women. I think the women is the devil. And God is God. God is God. Man is God. And woman is the devil. So when people talk about the black woman is God, that's really blasphemy. What you think about that? I don't know if you're talking, Charles, but you're muted. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. The Bible borrow ancient texts. Okay. Faceplant, you still there? Charles, you still there?
Yeah.
Your
What you
mic's a
think?
little low.
What you think about that statement?
What statement?
That the Bible was right. The for saying that Eve is the reason why you know we into this whole thing. We fell into sin, and I even go further to say I think the devil is the woman is the devil, and man is God.
Nah.
You said nah.
Yeah.
Why you said nah?
God is everything. Man, woman, the creator, the creators.
I think the earth is Mother Earth. We're all children of the earth. And the earth is alive and conscious.
I don't know. I'm blind.
And it's the mother of everything alive
Let me
on
see
the
what they
earth.
say. Let me see what they're saying in the chat,
Like what I'm saying about the North Pole area, Chuck, looking like an embryo. It's like
Listen,
Yeah.
bro.
the earth
Listen, bro.
the earth is birthing out the lands. Even the lands are the
The
earth's
women,
children.
the
Let me
women,
finish. Let me finish. I'm saying the lands are the earth's children, the mother earth's children being birthed out from the center, from the water.
well, okay. I'm not getting into the earth part. I'm getting into the the male female character part of it.
Well, everything comes from the earth.
Yeah,
My
that's why
everything, my physical body, I'm a physical human, and everything in my body comes from the earth.
Yeah, no comment on the earth. I'm not commenting on the earth. I'm not looking at it or speaking from that perspective. I'm speaking from the male and female
Well,
perspective, and I think the
whatever
female.
perspective you want to look at it, it's the fact.
No, there is facts in the context that you're talking about, but in the context that I'm
I
talking
don't
about
know
is
about you,
irrelevant.
but I know I'm a physical human, and everything physical about me comes from the earth and the
Okay,
water.
okay. Let's say
Are
I
you a
agree with you.
physical human? I've never seen you on camera.
Let's say I agree with you. So okay,
Are you a physical
so
human?
what?
I've never
Let's say
seen you on camera.
let's say I agree with you. You seen me on camera before. You know who I am. But that's not the thing. What you're talking about? I'm saying one thing. You're saying another thing. So let's say I agree with you. Male and female come from the earth. Okay. What's your next point? What that
That's
got to
it.
do with what I'm
That's all you
saying?
need to know.
What that got
It's
that?
not my next point. It's what it is. It's not my point. It's what it all is.
Okay. So what that got to do with me saying that female is deceptive?
Mother Earth didn't deceive me into being.
Again, female is deceptive. You could literally walk outside and see how the female is being deceptive. They're not wearing their own hair,
That's nonsense.
makeups, all type of shit, weird shit going on. They're buying their bodies. That's deceptive as fuck. What are you saying about like that's facts?
And I've never seen you on camera. I heard you on Red Squid, Huey P 6 years ago, but I've never seen you on camera.
Okay, bro. What does it matter about seeing me? What does it matter if you haven't seen me? Why is it like relevant for you to see me? That's not what's gonna make what I'm saying true or not. What I'm saying is already true. It's facts that you can walk outside and see how female is being deceptive.
Peace, Crystal. No women, no life.
I'm I'm
Therefore, no
sorry.
you.
That just makes absolutely no sense.
And
What?
the
I
devil.
walk outside and I see trees and birds and grass, and it's not a female deceiving me. It's Mother
So,
Earth giving me everything that I need.
well, you must live in your own. You must not live in the matrix like everyone else. But that's what Morpheus told Neo. You're looking at
It's
that
not
red woman
about
in the
me.
dress, right? You're looking at that red woman in the dress, right? Don't you? With the red lipsticks.
This ain't the Matrix movie.
Yeah, that's deception. That's deception.
That part of the
Yeah,
movie crazy.
I don't see female birds or trees putting on lipstick for me. They're just there.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool that you're living with birds, you know, and hyenas and lions, buffaloes. But I live in the matrix like everyone else. I live in the city, bro. I go outside every day and see females and see women. I see women when I go outside, bro. I see men like me, different type of men. I see women.
Shit, I barely see men anymore. They're all wearing tight jeans with nail polish and fucking purses. Anyway, my bad.
Yeah. So I see deception. The devil is the master of deception.
The devil is a
Even back,
motherfucking liar. I like saying
even
that.
even back in the days, bro, the women was wearing makeup, wearing jewelry, in order
Yeah,
for them
she's
to be
lying.
in
If
order
a,
to
if a wo-
in order to
Wasn't
enhance
that one
their beauty.
fallen angels that supposedly had women starting to use makeup?
Women have
no,
always
no.
been using makeups and jewelry to enhance their beauty.
Yeah, they're lying to you. If a
Yeah,
woman says she don't lie,
It's
you
not.
say
It's not
bullshit.
original creation.
but I don't see the problem with women being the devil though. Why
She
can't the
is.
women why
She's
can't
the
the women
diva.
be the devil? The devil is not bad. That
No.
the devil is the good guy. Is the one that told you that if you eat the apple you will be like God.
The creator of all is the good guy.
The
The
devil is
creator
the
that
good guy.
created the trees and the water and the earth and
The,
everything.
Yeah, that's
the
not the
devil.
creator in the Bible, though. The
The
creator in
devil.
the Bible is the evil.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the create. I don't get my creator from the Bible. I get it from everything I
And
see around me.
that's that's the Holy Spirit, Charles. The creator in the
I
Bible is the Holy Spirit. That's the women. That's the
I
woman.
got to agree with Faceplant. Um, I don't get the creator from the Bible either. Um, I don't think this creator, at least in my heart, tells me wouldn't be cool with slavery or fucking using religion as an indoctrination. Like there's just so much shit. It's too hypocritical, that book. But whatever the creators are, I have no clue, man. But I know
It's
I'm
not.
here.
It's not hypocritical, man. The Bible told you the truth. The devil told you, the truth. That's the good guy. That's the
The
creator.
Bible is hypocritical in so many ways. The God in that Bible is a hypocrite.
Nah, man. The devil is not the hypocrite. The devil is the one tell you the truth. The devil is the one tell you the
Did
truth.
you say the female is the devil? Is the deceiver?
Yeah.
The devil is the accuser, accusing the truth of lying.
No, the devil is the one that made the statement.
The
He make a
devil is the
statement.
liar.
Is the one that made the statement. He make a statement in heaven and felt like he should
The
be worshipped.
creation doesn't need anything to speak for it. It speaks for itself. It's the living word.
God is the selfish one. The devil is the one that felt like he should be equally worshipped as God.
You need. The creator created everything you need. It's not deceiving you. It's not the evil one.
I, well, I'm saying both. The devil is both the creator and the deceiver. The creator is the devil. If you gotta understand, if he's the creator, he gotta be
No, no, I
he
don't
created who
understand. I
cre-
don't
who
stand under
who
it. I don't
who
understand it.
create who create
It's incorrect.
deception?
It's wrong. It's false.
Who create deception? Hello.
Created deception. That's a that's just two words that don't go together.
Yeah, that's different.
That's
I know.
false.
I know that's different.
Yeah, I think you're a program, Naga.
That's what that's what happened when some when you bump into something different, it make you have to.
See, that's what the bots do. They make you doubt yourself and doubt creation and God that gave you everything you need.
Okay, but still I want to know who created deception, because deception is a part of the creation, right? Just like beauty, right?
They say the devil is the veil.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a tricky discussion. It doesn't solve anything.
that's why the women wear the veil when they getting married, and the man gotta lift up the veil. It's all in front of you, man. I don't know why people don't see it. Maybe it's because people hate the devil so much.
That's what you want to see. You see what you want to see.
You're right. I do. I do. So you don't know. You say deception don't have nothing to do with being created.
I didn't say anything like that. It's just a non-starter. It's just a non-starter. The whole thing. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna see. I'm not
which
gonna.
is what.
I'm not
Which,
gonna see everything the Lord created and what I need to live as deception in any way. It's just doesn't make any sense at all. Sorry.
I never said everything was deception. I only spoke of the master of deception. But at the end of the day, you see how it's irrelevant, which is what I told you in the first place.
It's just
You
a
bring.
circular discussion that just goes nowhere. Starts from nowhere and goes nowhere.
That's what I told
That's
you in
all.
the beginning. That's why I was trying to let you know. Ain't no point of bringing the creator in what I'm saying, what I have to say. But still, you felt the need, because it was a fact. You wanted to bring it up. Now I'm going with you, which is what I told you. Okay, let's say I agree with you, and you end up okay. It's irrelevant. We shouldn't talk about it. So why didn't you just listen to me and when I told you that it was irrelevant to what I was saying?
Uh, yeah, I am listening to you, but it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
It's a
because
useless discussion. Like saying everything around me is deceiving me. That's just nonsense. I'm sorry.
I never said that. I never said everything around you was deceiving you. I only said that spoke on deception. I said that
See, this whole
the
discussion is
devil,
going nowhere. Nobody's learning anything from this.
because you never let me go anywhere with it. You still not letting me go anywhere with it.
I'm letting you go wherever you want to go with it. I'm just not having it.
Yeah, you
It's
don't
not
have to go
solving
there
any
with it.
problem. It's just creating a
No,
problem. Like it's
what
like
you mean?
it's like going into a artificial realm where negative numbers, a square root of a negative number kind of thing. It's what you're
No,
talking
what
about. Yeah,
translation?
it's nonsense.
Translation. What you really mean to say is the fact is that you know I'm going somewhere with it, but because you're not willing to go, so you're not letting me go there.
I don't know where you're going, and I don't know if you're going anywhere with it, except into
Yes,
a
you do.
circular
You know
discussion to
you
create
you
self.
do because you do because you know enough that you don't want to go there. So why can't
No,
you
you're trying
go?
to tell me what I think and what I know, and yeah, it's not working.
Okay, as I was saying before, right? I think the women is the devil. I even go further to say that not only the women was deceived by the devil, but the woman is the devil herself. She is the master of deception. That's why she was able to deceive. She wasn't deceived and eat the apple and then force Adam to eat the apple. She deceived Adam into eating the apple. She was the serpent. She is the devil herself, the creator, the Holy Spirit. Like I said, right now in real time, women is deceiving men right now. It's in the rap industry. It's in sports. It's in everything. This is why men trying to be women right now. Let me see what the chat is saying, man. How did she force Adam? Well, she didn't force Adam. She basically deceived him. She act like She act like she act like
Again, that's
it's
just a Bible story. The earth
no,
was created before any Bible was written about it.
well, it's facts though. She's the master of deceiver. Though she's deceiving you right now, so that it just proved the Bible was right. Just cause creation was there, was created before the Bible, don't mean the Bible ain't right. Because what the Bible is saying prove the Bible to be right. Because we still see women deceiving men right now, to the point that men trying to be women in order to deceive other men.
Yeah, but God didn't come from the Bible. God was here before any Bible was written. God made everything before any Bible was written.
Yeah, I'm not saying God come from the Bible. I'm
It,
saying that the Bible proved that God to be true. The you know
it didn't
the Bible.
prove anything.
Yes,
How
it
does it
did.
how
because
prove
because
anything?
because what the Bible said, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing how women deceiving men, to the point that man is trying to be women to deceive other men. Bro, hold on. I was in the chat, bro. I gotta keep up. I would like to know how you view your mother, Naga. Right, hold on. Before I get to that, let me finish the question. How did she force Adam? She didn't force him. She deceived him. She act like the serpent came to her, but she was the serpent herself. You know, and convinced Adam to eat the apple. All right. Now to get to your question, I would like to know how you view your mother. Which to me, her as a woman, not the bad guy.
My bad. God
Right.
is the highest extension of the mind that uses matter to express itself. I think the body is a vehicle that allows us to exist in this physical realm. And then once the body is like a car, once that shit breaks down, it goes to the chop shop. They take all your organs out, probably sell them on the black market, throw your carcass into the ground because the energy already left.
Hey
So
Charles.
now you're just a carcass that gets thrown into the dirt because these fuckers are heartless.
Hey,
They chop you up.
Nathan is asking for the link.
Who's Nathan?
Nathan Roberts. I see in the chat. Asking
Okay.
for the link.
I was thinking of somebody else, Nathan. I was thinking of what's his name?
So you're saying Adam is weak-minded, so I guess God did not make him very good. God is not the creator. The creator was with God.
Adam. Nathan. Oh.
I mean, God was with the creator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're cool, Nathan.
So when
I was thinking of somebody else, man. I forgot that guy's name.
So when in the beginning, when the Bible said, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. This is the Creator speaking.
What's up, Nathan?
What's up? I'm the Nathan you were thinking about, most likely.
I confuse you with what's that dude's name, man? Every time he comes up here, he's like, some people said you two are the same, and I'm like, no, because I've been to your channel, and I've seen the other guy's channel, and whatever, I forget his name, but I confuse him sometimes with you. I think I used to think, but the other guy, forgot his name, man. He comes up and he's like really I don't want to say supremacist, maybe. I think he's a part of the 1%ers. Whatever, none of that matters.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Just a heads up, though, if I do drop, I only have like 20 minutes because I'm out here waiting for somebody to show up. So if I do drop, then just excuse me beforehand.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, I get that. I triggered the right one.
What's going down? What's going down, everybody?
Peace, truth, son.
I think
What's
you're a
up, man?
good candidate. But yeah, y'all go ahead, man. Y'all got it. I know y'all.
I'm just tuning in. So what's the topic of discussion here?
Your favorite topic, man. We're talking about God or the Creator. I would say the Creator, because there's millions of gods. We'll say the Creator or the energy, the source.
I would say this like this. There is me and Faceplant was kind of going a little, back and forth.
Actual
Because I said that I made this statement by saying that the Bible said that Eve was the one that got Adam to eat the apple, because the serpent came to her, and I was basically saying that, well,
did you read the Bible? What
yeah,
verse?
how did I know that if I didn't read it?
Tell me the verse. Or
it's in Genesis.
You have a Bible there that you can look at to tell me that verse where it said that?
It's in Genesis.
I believe he's talking about Genesis. I think that's like the second chapter.
Yeah, it's in the Genesis.
The Bible is metaphorical. Like when you read the Bible, you have to read it from an esoteric standpoint, from a metaphysical standpoint. The Bible is all cartoonish. The story of Adam and Eve. The story of Adam and Eve is really eugenics. When different beings were grafted into existence. That's what the story of Adam and Eve really is.
Well, like I was saying, I made this statement.
And the God of the Bible is Satan, is Yahweh, is Shadrach. God is the highest extension of the mind that uses matter to express itself.
Wait, you said
God can mean government ordinance departments.
Wait, can you clarify
it depends on what God you're talking about.
Wait, hold on. You said that the God of the Bible is the devil?
Correction,
yes.
right quick.
Yes, correct.
What do you mean by that?
The God of the Bible is Satan. Jesus Christ is Satan. Jesus Christ is just a fictional character. Was Jesus Christ said in the same breath that he's going to fall like a bright morning star? Lucifer said the same thing, right? He calls himself the bright morning star.
All right, hold on a second. Just to clarify, Hold on, let me chime in because I only have a few minutes.
Go to my channel.
So
I broke
just to
all this.
clear,
If you go to my channel, excuse me, bro. If you go to my channel, I broke all this stuff down, man. But you go ahead, bro. My bad. I
okay,
ain't gonna cut you off.
listen, maybe you broke it down, but I disagree because there seems to be some flaws. Now, real quick, just to clarify this. When we see it talk about God in the Old Testament, let's leave Christ out of the equation for a minute. When you see God in the Old Testament, you're telling me that's actually the devil? You'll see where I'm going, but just clarify for me. Is
Devil
that what you're
means
saying?
devil. Devil's not some red man with a pitchfork. Devil means
I
adversary.
never said it
Yep.
was. I never said it
Devil.
was.
A devil can be your sister, your co-worker. It can be your boss. It can be a politician. That's an adversary. Satan is the God of that Bible, of the Old Testament and the New Testament.
Okay, well, let me ask you this though. Why is it then, like, say for instance, if you go to Job, the 2nd chapter, we see God, the God of the Bible, God of the Old Testament, having a conversation with Satan. So how could they both be the same character if in Job, the 2nd chapter, we see both these characters having a conversation? That would
Because
imply they're different, right?
if you go look up the Bible from the 1600s that was printed in 1650, it has fallen angels on the front of it, bro. The God of the Bible is Satan. Who gave us the Bible? They came
That's
up.
a good
You
point
gotta
right
think.
there.
So-called black people, this is our land. We indigenous to this land. So when they came over here as missionaries. It's Catholicism. It comes from the Roman Cathedral Church.
So
That's
why
a
do you even study the
hey,
Bible then if you're so
hey, hey,
convinced that the God
hey,
of it is the devil?
I
hey,
don't
hold
study
on
the
right
Bible.
quick.
I'm
Hold on
saying, but
right quick.
it's logic. I'm using logic. It's common
Hey,
sense. It's logic,
hold on
bro.
right
Well,
That's all
quick.
it is.
it's not logic.
Hold on
It's
right
not
quick.
common
Hold on
sense
right
because
quick.
I just
Let me say
refuted you with Job the 2nd
something.
chapter.
In the
Hold
Bible,
on
That's
right
though,
quick, man.
it
Hold on
okays
right quick.
slavery. They try to trick
Hold on.
people into thinking slavery is cool. You know, it's all right because the Bible says it.
Hold
right.
on. Let me
The-
say this right quick.
It's
Listen, bro.
slavery all
That's
throughout
a
the Bible. The God of the
ETT.
Bible condones
Hold
slavery.
on, bro. Hold on, bro. ETT said make a good point. He make a good point. You know, because in Job, you know, even I'm another point, right? But to what he's saying, he was saying, even you know, in Job, the devil came. You know what I'm saying? Went to heaven while God was having a meeting, right? And God
In
asked
Job
him, like,
chapter 2, God and Satan had a conversation with each other, so that shows that they're not the same character. That's the reason I quoted Job the 2nd chapter. It
It says
refutes
in the
his
yes,
point.
Bible. It says in the Bible
yeah,
verbatim. It says in the Bible. Look, hold on. It says in the
bro.
Bible verbatim in the book of Psalms that ye are
Hold
gods.
on,
Ye
bro.
means you. So they're telling you that you are a God, God of consciousness, not
Hold
God in
on,
the
my
physical.
brother.
Gods of consciousness, man. Consciousness is infinity, right?
Man, hold on, bro.
Spiritual before physical, right?
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. You can make your
Okay.
point, but you gotta get what's being said. Because what he
I
said and
understand what
what I'm
I
saying.
understand what you're saying. I understand it.
Yeah, but still though, listen to it though, and then you could come in though, because we need
You know,
to get
let me even give you guys a bonus. Here's a bonus hard hitter. Let's deal with Christ for a second, because he said that Christ is Satan. But if you read Matthew the 4th chapter, Christ and Satan literally are having a conversation with each other, and Satan's trying to tempt
Oh
Christ
man,
there. So how could
you
they be the same character if we see them both having a conversation with one
right?
another, implying that they're different?
Right, listen to
Matthew
me, bro.
4.
Jesus Christ never existed. The word J only been around 1,000 years. You are the
Well,
Christ the Bible talks about.
well,
Christ
okay.
consciousness. You the Christ.
Well,
I'm the
once
Christ.
again, you're
When you
jumping the
raise your
gun, because
awareness,
I
when you
acknowledge the letter J has only existed since the
so where did
1500s.
Jesus
But
Christ come from?
okay, take a chill pill, man. Let me finish my
What's his
sentence
name?
before you chime in.
Esau, or is
So
it
what I would say is that
Yahshua?
Jesus, his name was something different back then. First of all, he was a Jew, so there's no J in the Hebrew. So it doesn't mean that this man didn't exist. He had a different name back then, but people today, they don't know that, right? So
Did-
again, it's not that this character never existed. He just was called something else back then. Simple.
Right, did Jesus Christ, well, you can call him Yeshua. Jesus Christ never existed, man. The Jesus Christ character was Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia was in a pederast relationship with one of his saints.
I understand that, but that doesn't prove that the character you read about in the Bible never existed.
You
Just
the Christ,
because they might have
I'm the
lied about
Christ.
his image.
I just told you, when you raise your consciousness, you raise your frequencies, your vibration, you become the Christ the Bible talks
All right,
about.
let me ask you a question. If somebody, Abraham Lincoln isn't alive right now today, but what if somebody was to say that he was actually, that he never existed? Would you believe that?
They all
If they
fictional
just told
characters.
you he never existed?
It's his story, man. His story. They all fictional characters, man. It's all an illusion. That's not my history. My history is I'm a indigenous Indian. That's my history, not American, not the Civil War and all that nonsense.
Can you prove that?
That I'm indigenous to this land. I'm a Mississippian, man. I got Choctaw in my blood, man. I've been here. We've been here millions of years. Melanated people, neuromelanated people. We were the first ones that ever existed. Anything after us
What
is a graphic
I
being.
found old pictures that could back what he's saying.
what kingdom you came from before the European
America.
arrived
We've
here?
been here.
Hold on, bro.
America. This is my
Before
land. I've been
listen
here.
to
We've
the
been here millions of
question, bro.
years.
Stop being so quick to answer, bro. Before the question even being asked or the point even being made, you said that you've been
Tall,
here.
right?
You know, your people been here for for thousands of years. So
Yes.
before
Millions, he said,
so
millions.
Yes.
before the Europeans arrived, right?
Yes.
There was many kingdom here. You know, like the Mayans, the Aztecs. You know, Inca, and so on. Which one of these kingdom that you
Go
know?
go look at all the hieroglyphics and all these pyramids. You're gonna see melanated beings that look just like me and you, man. We've been here millions of years. Anything after us only been here 6,000 years, man. These are facts. They
So out
grafted
of the
different beings into existence.
out of the Inca, the Aztecs, the Mayan, which one you came from directly?
I'm a Mississippian, man.
That came after the Mayans and stuff like that.
No, Mississippi's been here millions of years, man. The landmass has been here millions of years, man. This used to be one giant landmass called Atlantis. I'm pretty sure much of y'all already know this, but we were here first. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yeah, bro. Identifying with the location. That's after the European. Before the Europeans, we identify with kingdoms and chiefdoms.
This is Egypt. America is Egypt. So the earth is my dominion. I can say I can personify one landmass, but the earth is my dominion because we've been here that long. See what I'm saying?
Okay, I see. I see what you're saying. You're speaking from a
These
pride.
are Choctaw natives or Choctaw Indians right here. And I know, well, I don't know if these pictures do 100% justice, but I've seen I've watched Dane Calloway for a long time, and he blew the lid open on a lot of questions I had because my ancestors came on the European slave ships, and my grandfather used to tell me about them, and it used to raise questions in my eyes, like, just all them questions about the slave ships and all that. I was told at a young age by a so-called black person. He was Cherokee, and I was ignorant then, and I was like, "You're not an Indian," because in school they don't teach you that there's different tribes. They never brought up this, black Indians, right? But he told me he was Cherokee, and that always stuck with me. And then I went to powwows, and there's so-called black people there, and then that always stuck with me. And then when Dane Calloway came out like 7-8 years ago, it blew the lid off of everything. His great research, man.
Right.
And
I appreciate that, bro. I do video breakdowns about this on my channel, man, because I do a lot of research, a lot of studying, and I go within too, man. So this is like, because we being awakened, like we having a total recall. We remembering who we are. I only like using the word woke. It's about having a total recall and just remembering who you are and remembering who your ancestors are. You know what I'm saying?
Being aware, becoming aware again.
Right.
Yeah, man. But
if they lied about all that and tried to cover it up and told all the so-called black people they're from Africa, what else are they lying about? Because they covered up my ancestors' name. They call them
Germans,
but that's not even their name.
Right.
No,
the the Caucasians, the Javentians, y'all were genetically spliced 6,000 years ago through eugenics. And this is facts I'm telling you, bro. I'm not being racially biased or nothing like that. This is the honest truth. Like even the Asiatics, the Asians, the Japanese, they were all genetically spliced into existence from us.
No, man, that's not
Well,
true.
from the story of Yakub. I don't know if y'all heard of the story, the big headed
Yeah,
song from Yakub.
that's not a true story, man.
You know what I find funny? That this guy will believe that, but yet he'll sit there and say that the creation story from the Bible is a fairy tale. I just find that ironic.
The creation of the story in the Bible is the creation. It's the creation of the simulation, the creation of the Matrix. The Matrix was established at the beginning of the Bible because we were already here. It's when they came here and invaded us. That's when they
And
Where's
started
the
y'all,
word
creating. That's when they
matrix in
started
the
do y'all
Bible? Because the only reference to the word matrix is talking about like a womb
right.
in
The
Exodus.
simulation was started by the evil draconian reptilians at the beginning of the Bible in the book of Genesis.
Now you're on about that David Icke stuff, man.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No, man. It's common sense, bro. It's logic. The Matrix
Oh,
was the
common sense.
simulation that
Wait,
started.
wait, wait. Hold on a second. So it's common sense that we're being ruled over by reptilian beings. I mean, come on, bro.
This man, look at
Like
the
again, you
president.
can believe that if you want, but to say that's common sense, I just find that comical.
Man, they shapeshift right in front of you, man. Real eyes recognize real lives, man. If you're not really tapped in, you're not
Are
gonna be
you
able to see
talking
it.
about those glitches that I see on YouTube where like people put up like a post from like news and they'll see somebody's
Man,
eyes look
you
weird.
honestly
They'll say it's
believe
like
that's
a shape shift, but it's actually just a camera malfunction. Is that
you
what you're
honestly
talking
believe
about?
you honestly believe that's a glitch. Are you an NPC, bro? And I'm not even being
No,
nefarious.
it's
I'm
I
not being
have
nefarious, bro.
experience with computers and cameras, so I can understand this stuff. Again, don't think you're talking to a dummy here. I understand that there's certainly some things going on in the world, but I'm smart enough to acknowledge that not everything I hear on the internet is true. And a lot of people apparently, are not able to understand that. Like people like you, no offense, but you guys are gullible. You believe these things because you see a video or two that is biased with information and just convinces you. I mean, you got to do more research than that, man. There's no evidence there's reptilian beings, dwelling
Man,
among
it's right
us.
in
Again, I've
your
heard the
it's
idea
right in
many
your
times, but
it's
it's
right
not
in your
true.
face, bro. It's in plain sight, man. It's right in your face. They put it in your face.
What is
Man.
two evidences? What is two
That's the law.
evidences that you could
That's
point
the
to me?
law of the that's the law of the cosmos. That's the law of the universe. They have to show you, man, in your face.
I don't believe in the universe though, so
Well,
that's a
that's your
here's the funny thing. Like you would say what I'm saying is mythology, I'll say what you're saying is mythology. As far as the universe, I believe that NASA made that up to trick everybody, but I guess that's a different topic. But
man.
that would already be
I
a
don't know what you're
disagreement.
talking about, man. I come from the ether, man. I come straight from the ether. That's where I come from, man. I don't know what you will create. You might.
How
I think you would create.
how many planets do they say exist? Let's see if you know how many planets they say
Man,
is
there's
in
trillions of
the
planets throughout the multi dimension, man. There's trillions of planets,
Well,
man. Different star
well,
constellations.
actually, that's not true. They say there's a quintillion. They say it's a quintillion is what the scientists in NASA will say is out there. That's what they claim.
They're all a star.
NASA, NASA means to
Stars,
deceive. So you believe those scientists, man?
Oh my God, are you not paying attention? I said I don't believe in what NASA says, but I brought it up because apparently you believe in the stuff that they say. Like, say, for instance, the universe. The
When did I say
information
that?
you get about the
When did I say
universe
I
comes
believe
from
in
them.
them? So you trying to debunk and debate what we talking about? This none of this stuff is debatable, man. I'm not on here to argue with you. I'm not trying to go back and forth with you, man. I'm not with all that. Truth is the truth.
Again,
Facts is facts.
but okay, but here's the problem. Like what you're telling me again, I
Figure
hear
out
what
where
you're
you
saying,
figure
but
out where you
there's
come from.
still
Where do you come
problems with what
from?
you're saying.
Where do
So
you come
there's
from?
a hold on, bro. Just hold on a second. There's a
Figure out where
saying
you
that
come
goes, "The truth does not fear a investigation." So what you're saying, it falls apart under the very minimal amount of criticism, right? So clearly, there's something wrong with it. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm not trying to change your mind. You can, hey, whatever floats your boat, you believe in that. But what you're saying doesn't hold up to criticism, and that's clearly a problem.
Well, I see what you're saying, but let me ask you this: why don't you believe in the cosmos? Why don't you believe in a universal higher
What?
source?
Well, why don't I believe it? There's many reasons. First of all the images we get of the supposed universe are all CGI. Even the people that work for NASA admit they're using Photoshop in it. And then two, all the ancient civilizations believed in a flat world that was enclosed. And as far as my faith in the Bible, it talks about a enclosed world that doesn't move. And that contradicts modern day scientific claims about the expandable universe and all that. So there's plenty of reasons why I would be skeptical about believing in an infinite universe. Plenty of reasons why.
Right, but we're a macrocosm. We're a microcosm compared to a macrocosm. So us just being down here in this 3D reality, we're ants down here. It's a microcosm. The universe, I believe, is a macrocosm, man. It's like it's far beyond. You're a universe. I'm a universe. Everybody's their own universe, man. To be already real with you. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not trying to go against your beliefs. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? It's like everybody has entitled to their own opinion, right?
I'm trying to find out, how did you come from the ether?
I got 9 ether genetics, man.
How?
I got 9. I'm a carbonated. I'm a neuromelanated being. I got 9 ether genetics, man. And my physiology, man.
Isn't your body from Earth?
No, my body's not from Earth. My body comes from the cosmos. I'm from stardust, man. Neuromelanin, man. My physiology.
Wait. Could I ask you a question on that? You say you're from stardust, but how do we know what stardust is or where it comes from? Because the closest stars are like, what, trillions of miles away. So how the hell do we know if we've never been there? How can you say you're made of that material?
Because we were the first.
Been there to see it.
Because we were the first that ever existed here in this 3D reality down here in the Earth.
But that doesn't mean you come from stardust. Nobody's ever been to stars. So how do we know what their dust is?
Man,
again, what you're saying is science fiction.
I have a light body, though.
There's no evidence
outside of this human avatar, I have a light body, etheric body, man.
Yeah, that's why I was asking as this earthly body, where it come from, and you told me it comes straight from the ether.
Yeah, I come from
trying to find Choctaw Indians, but they keep mixing it up. These pictures.
No, bro.
I'm full-blooded American Indian too, by the way, man. Full-blooded American Indian. Everything I'm saying
come from the ether. Why is it gotta go into the earth?
You have an inner earth. You have inner earth too, man.
Are you talking about the hollow earth stuff now?
Go into the earth when you die.
No, the inner cosmos within self.
Right, inner earth. So within, so without, as above, so below.
But answer this question though: if your body come from the ether, why does it have to go in the dirt? When you die.
Because you return back to the earth. That's the avatar. That's the human flesh. Your spirit goes back to the cosmos. It's galactic. It's spiritual before physical. I'm a spiritual being before I'm a physical being, man. The physical is temporary. This is the vehicle. This is my vessel. Y'all hear my voice? That's my soul talking. Y'all don't see me physically, but you can hear my voice. It's vibrations. Y'all can hear my soul talking to y'all. So I'm a soul light being talking to you. I'm a light being inside of a human avatar. It's my vehicle I'm using momentarily to work my way around in this 3D reality. But when I leave this vehicle, I'll go back to whatever star system I come from. I'm a light being. 9 ether, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'll overstand this shit, man. It's simple.
What do you think about this picture right here? Or this picture. I don't think these are black people. My opinion. I could be totally wrong. Maybe the lady on the right and the guy on the left. Because they mix up all the pictures, and I get it that Choctaw probably has not just so-called black people, but but a lot of pictures they show, they've I don't want to say confused it, man, but truthfully, I don't know what tribes are if there's a difference between the native tribes and the so-called black people tribes. I don't even like using the word black, but
right, because You know, they reclassified us when they came over here on them ships because we know the etymology. I study etymology too. The etymology for black means albino. It means pale. So they reclassified us and they start calling us African American. African American means civil mortus, meaning dead in the eyes of the law. So if you go by
some were classified as white too. Some black people.
right, like white. Yeah.
Oh
If you
man,
call
I
us,
was right about you, bro. I was right. I didn't want to say it earlier. I was right. So you one of them lost, and you one of them lost Indians. You a
Lost Indians,
victim.
what you mean?
You a victimized Indian, huh?
No, I'm not a victimized, bro. It's just the truth, bro. I'm in the truth. It's knowledge, man. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is king. So I study, bro.
Some people don't agree with what you're saying. I know
So
some of my friends that are so-called black don't. I try to put them onto it, to Dane Calloway and stuff, because I think some of my friends are Indian, but I try not to push it because
Right.
that's really
I'm saying, but once you start looking into etymology, you start seeing the meaning of the real meaning of these words and how they reclassified us, man. That's what I'm saying. It's common sense.
nah,
We
man,
wasn't taught etymology
a
coming up
real
through the school
Indian,
indoctrination centers. We was taught the definition of words.
a real
you
Indian
could
that's
jump in, Kimba, and
supposed to be. A real Indian that's supposed to be talking about they're reclassifying them because they shouldn't even have the power to even
Yo,
reclassify
can I interject real quick? He mentioned about the indoctrination centers, but I have a begging question here, and the question is, well, where did you learn about the so-called universe at? You learned about that at school in the textbooks that the government gives, right?
No, I didn't. I had to reprogram. I had to deprogram to reprogram. I had to unlearn everything I was taught coming up through the
So
indoctrination
where
centers.
did you get? Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but where did you get the information about the universe from?
From within, my higher self.
From within.
My
Okay,
higher
so
self.
how far? Okay, let me ask
the
you this then,
food,
since you're getting this
the
from
food
an inner
so-called
power.
flat Earth.
How
I
far
don't need
away
no
is the
textbook. I
sun
can
from the
go
Earth
outside.
then? Without
Huh?
looking it up,
You gotta
how
go.
far is
Sometimes you
the
gotta go
sun
with
supposedly from the Earth?
sometimes you got to go within. You can't go to a curriculum and you can't go to a college to get this type of information, man. You got to go within. Your higher self knows all. It's I am that I am. So
So you're
teach
saying that
yourself.
you're wait you am what you am. So are you saying that you're like God, supreme God?
Yeah, God of
Yeah,
consciousness. God of consciousness. God is the highest extension of the mind that uses
but
matter to express itself.
he's going to confuse God and the Creator. Look up the
Yes.
definition of God, the God. It's
Well,
different
here,
from the creators.
here's the only
God,
Yeah,
in
he
my
thing.
already
'Cause
confused.
I would agree that the word God has a context to it. Like, say, for instance, even the Bible calls Satan a God, but that doesn't mean that he's the supreme God of the Bible. Just like it calls men gods, but that doesn't mean that men are like the God, the creator, right? So God
Satan,
has a context to it.
right? Satan is a fallen one. It's a fallen God.
Well, I
Fallen.
disagree with that because there's no such thing as fallen angels. That's a whole nother mythology. And you're talking to somebody who was raised with those ideas. Again, I went to the Christian churches. I'm familiar with these dogmas that they teach, such as the Satan and fallen angels. But the problem is, I went back and restudied these things, and you find out that there's clearly flaws with these. Let me ask you a question. Can you name one chapter of the Bible that talks about these supposed fallen angels? Can you just name one of them?
That talks about the fallen angels. I haven't read the Bible in so long, man. Because like I said, like you just said, the Bible is dogma. Masons wrote the Bible. So
Revelation.
I didn't say. Now you're putting words on my mouth. I didn't say that the
Revelation.
Bible is dogma. I said people have made up certain things about it, but that
the
doesn't mean the
Bible is
Bible
dogma.
itself
Because
is wrong.
what's God spelled backwards? Dog.
Yeah, but
God spelled backwards is
that
dogma.
doesn't prove nothing. That doesn't prove
Dogma.
nothing.
Religion
Look,
is dogma.
Because you're literally turning the whole word. Like, say, for instance, you could turn certain words around and turn it into other words out of the same letters used. But that does what does that prove?
It proves a lot because they technology. Words are used for technology, man. Words are weapons, man. The English vocabulary verbiage is a weapon. Everything in this
hold
matrix
on.
is used as a weapon against us, bro. Everything. Just because you don't see the war in front of you don't mean it's not going on. Everything in this matrix is used as a weapon against us, man. Even the
Well,
verbiage
again,
we use.
I can acknowledge that there's certainly some shady things going on, but I'm smart enough to realize that I can't believe everything I hear on the internet. You you know what I'm saying? Because again, like what I'm bringing up here with the fallen angels, you're sitting there saying, "Well, Satan's a fallen angel." I ask you, "Well, where do you get that from?" You fail to give me like one
I didn't
evidence of where this
necessarily
comes
say
from.
it. I,
So that's
I
an
didn't
example
necessarily
of
say
something you believe because that's what you heard, right?
that ain't what I heard. I didn't necessarily say he was a fallen angel. When did I say that?
You said he was a fallen one, right?
I said a fallen God. I didn't say fallen angel.
Can somebody correct
A
me? Did he
fallen
say
angel,
that he was a
you can
fallen
be a
one?
All these
Is that
fallen
what he said
angels
earlier?
or whatever they are, the same
The,
God people worship in that Bible dumped all this trash onto the earth.
right.
Yeah, there's nowhere in the Bible that talks about Satan being a fallen angel. I'd say, like, say for instance, people use Isaiah the 14th chapter, but the problem is if you read that, just read verse 4. It's talking about the king of Babylon. So it's a metaphorical language being used, referring to the king of Babylon. So you really can't use that one to prove that Satan was a fallen angel. People just take that out of context. But that's one example people can look into in their free time of where they get this idea from.
Satan can be a frequency too, man. Satan is your lower self, man. The lowest frequency that is, man.
They call Satan the king of the material because low vibrating light materializes. And
Right.
Satan is a personification of the material world. And Jesus was a personification of the spirit realm.
I hear
Right.
Madonna. I hear Madonna breaking in there with the song "Material Girl."
Yeah, this is a Saturn moon matrix. This is a material. Yeah, the
See?
material matrix is ran by Satan. Yeah, facts.
And who better than to produce it and give it to us than courtesy of Madonna? And I'm a material girl.
I don't know why nobody address, how, the devil is in our face right now. We want to talk about the devil in the Bible, the devil, back in the days, but we don't want to talk about the devil in our time, deceiving us right now in real time.
Devil means adversary, man. Devil means somebody that opposes you or that opposes your ideologies. So a devil can be your school teacher because
Yeah,
they
I
oppose
agree
your
with him
ideology.
on that. He's right on that. He is right on that.
Well, what is the devil the master of?
I'm saying devil means
The
adversary. Devil is
devil
your
is the
boss, your
master
co-worker.
of
Your devil
nothing.
can be anybody that opposes your free will.
The
Yeah, but
devil's the master of nothing because the devil don't exist. The
what is the
devil only
devil the
exists
master
within
of?
itself.
Right, you're right. And
You create the
the
devil.
devil can be your lower self. You got your higher self and lower self. Devil can be your lower self. You going against your higher self. You could be an
What is the
antichrist
devil?
towards yourself.
But what is the devil the master of though? Isn't it the master of deception?
Well, the Bible teaches that God deceives people, but that'd be a topic of contention. I can already tell.
Yeah, you yourself just proved that the devil being called a god.
Well, again, the problem is people like you don't understand that words have context. That's the dilemma here. Like, let me give you an example. We see even Christ calls Peter Satan. Does that mean that Peter is actually like the devil transformed into a human form? No, it's at that particular moment he was going against Christ. So he called him Satan because it can mean an adversary, right? But that doesn't prove it. There's not like an actual devil that can mess with people, right? So again, words clearly have context, and the way we determine the meaning is going off of the context in which the word is used.
That's what I've been saying all day since yesterday. I've been saying context and concept is key. So you ain't basically saying, you ain't when you say people like me, you ain't really talking to me. For real.
I'm talking about the dude that's talking about reptilians and all that shit. That's who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's Truth Zone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
well,
up?
whatever his name is, it's hard for me to see because I'm on the mobile device here, and
I think it's Truth Zone.
it's
I
hard for me
can't
to
see
see.
him.
So
I got a
excuse me.
sub to
Yeah,
his channel. So I want to check his
yeah,
channel out.
true zone. But he been saying a lot of conflicted, things, talking from, who he is, his perception and things, it seems like, bro, you need to, keep doing your thing, but you can't really
You talking to me?
nah, not you, the other bro. Like
Yeah, but that's how
you
True
can
Zone sees things, though. I mean, you can't really debate how someone sees things. I mean, that's
You
yeah,
can't.
that's how he
Yeah.
coming with
Wait.
the mindset like he ready to debate, he ready to
And
go,
yeah, and
so
wait, Naga, let me say something too. We remember we all have different personal experiences. So we can share ideas, but when it starts to feel like other people are like, no, it's like this, man, it's like this, it's like that. Like you say, becomes a debate. So it's about sharing ideas because what I've been through and what I believe in may not be the same as Charles, may not be the same as Naga or ETT.
yeah,
It
sharing
all
don't
comes
have
from
to
our
be
personal
combative.
experience. As soon as you start
Sharing,
trying to wait, hold
wait.
on, Naga. As soon as you start trying to convince somebody that your ideology is right, you're trying to push other people into your own personal experience bubble to believe in what you asked to believe in over your own personal experiences. And it will never work that way. This is why
Hey,
this is a
Truth,
free thinkers area. Thank you, Mike drop.
Truth. Thank you,
yeah,
Kim.
what
But
I was
True
saying,
Zone, can you
Thanks, man.
drop
I
something
appreciate
in
it.
the chat so I can sub to your channel? I tried to find your comment, but it went too far back. My bad.
but what I was saying, sharing don't have to be combative. Sharing is just sharing. When it become combative, now it's a competition, of who's accurate. If we all we all supposed to be accurate in sharing our experience. But when we're talking about, things, in general, you know what I'm saying. So everybody, is either, you get what I'm saying, or you don't get it. It's not about, debate it. You know what I'm saying, or is it right or is it not? We're talking about, in
Yo,
general.
guys, I gotta drop. Thanks for having me on. It was a good discussion.
Yeah. So
Peace, Nathan. Thanks for
All right,
coming up.
cool. Yep,
Peace,
Hey,
man.
anytime.
Truth Zone,
Yeah, what's up, bro?
you there?
Yeah, I'm
Can
here.
you drop something? You could drop any. Just put something in the chat so I can sub to your channel.
I got you,
I
bro.
tried to find your comment, but it disappeared. It's so far back.
Let me
yeah,
drop it in.
choose zone, man. Choose zone, bro. Man, it seems like, bro, like you know what I'm saying. You need to do a lot of, deeper research and a lot of connection, bro. You need to put a lot of these things. You need to connect them together, bro. For real.
Well, see, Naga, hold on right there. That's just a prime example of what I said. You just said, but pay attention to your words, and I know you didn't mean it this way. You pay attention to what your words you just said. You said you need to understand. That brought me back to what I was saying. We would like people to get to a same level, right? Can't say you really need to understand. That's a little narcissistic. It's a little, hey, you need to believe in this. This is why I say our personal experiences are going to lead us down different areas of knowledge. Like I could tell you for me, I believe in demonic behavior as like you guys are talking about the root chakra within us, our parasitic demonic behavior. I see it within people. Now, is there something out there considered that? Maybe. Do I know for a fact? No. Am I going to get in a room with a few people and I'm going to be convinced of it? No, because I'm 50 years old and it hasn't happened yet. So when we share these ideas, it's like sharing theories. I'm going to jump to a JG word, sharing theories, because otherwise you are starting to push people into your own box. I'm going to call it your own box, okay? Because everyone is not going to be on the same level. So I was just pulling that
Yeah,
to your attention. You know what I mean, Naga?
yeah. You already know
Yeah.
that, but that's why you said that in the first place. That's not what I mean. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So, because you know how I talk. I don't talk, from experience. I use the wisdom I get from my experience and speak from that perspective. This is why I normally speak from a general perspective, you know,
Mhm.
or I speak from a conception. where all perception can be fit in it. You know what I'm saying? So when I told him what I told him, it's not me trying to push him, to my level. It's me trying to push him to where he's supposed to be, to where he felt like he deserved to be, he want to be, you know. Uh,
It's okay.
uh,
So it's just the words you use. That's all. Because I pay
Yeah,
attention to every little word.
yeah.
So
I feel I feel like everybody grows consciously differently, man. Like I agree with what Kay was just saying. Like somebody's not gonna be on the same intellectual level as you. Somebody might be behind, somebody might be ahead, but as long as we get to the finish line, that's the only thing that matters. So I'll never try to push my ideologies off on somebody else, like force it on somebody else. It's about we
that's
just
not
learn from each other. Reach one, reach one, teach one, man. That's what it's all about.
listen to what I'm saying. That's why, I made it clear to let her know that even her, from the way she was speaking already, she was already telling herself she know that's not how I'm coming. And then I made my point to show that's not how I'm coming. You know, I'm coming from the perspective that, I'm not pushing no you to be on my level. I don't even do that on my own channel. I don't be trying to push people to be on my level. But I know everybody could use a push, so I'm gonna push you to get, for you to get where you need to be, where you feel like you deserve and want to be. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be comfortable in a certain spot. Everybody wants to get to the next spot, the next step, right? So some people could do it on their own, but some people, you could see, if you in tune, you could tell how they, how they're reaching out for, for a hand. You know what I'm saying? And the voice and the way they talk, you know what I'm saying, and the way they put the words together and what they're trying to say, you know what I'm saying, and the amount of time they're trying to say, they're trying to get it real quick, because you don't want you to, really go too far with it, type thing. Is all is a whole is a whole bunch of experience, what I'm saying, that you learn, that you went through, what I'm saying, and the wisdom you actually get from this experience. You didn't just like run through this experience, you actually learn from this experience. The wisdom
Right,
going, going to help you see all that, and you're going to want to put the people, give them that little push to get them where you feel like they want to be. It's not
right.
about where I want them to be, because people don't know where, I never like that come, that cocky to come out and let people know I'm this high, I'm this tall. I try to meet people where they at. But like I said, people give you sign, you could see. Just like if you meet somebody in the street that needs some help, whether with food or a place to stay, you're going to feel that. They're going to show, the way they talk to you, they act, the tone and the voice and all that, the way they moving and all that is the same thing when somebody trying to elevate. When you see they're trying to elevate to the next step, you don't have to be like straight up where you at or whatever the case may be, but you see they're trying to get to the next step. So it's not about me. Like I said, Kimber, from this, beginning of a statement, she already know that I'm not coming from, from that. Then I make the point to let you know I'm not coming from that. It's the fact that I see you trying to get to the next step, but you got, I don't want to hug the mic.
yeah, Dr. Manga, I was
Hold on
waiting
real
for.
quick.
Okay.
I just want to ask Truth Zone, is your channel called Truth Zone Productions?
Yes, bro. Yeah, True Zone Productions.
Cool. I found it.
Appreciate that,
All
man.
right, go ahead. Go ahead, Kimba.
Yeah, Naga, I was just pointing that out because, I know where you're coming from because I've been listening to you for a while. But if you come up with someone else on a panel, because, we're all aware, basically, I'm not going to say we're all aware, because most people are aware of the English language. Those little words people get caught up on so quickly, and they're trigger words too. They're trigger
Yeah.
words.
I'm
So as soon
only
as you
I'm
say that, people are going to be like, wait a minute, you know me? Wait a minute. So that's all I was just catching you on.
Nah, the only time, it probably seems like that because I was trying to, see, if it really about the challenge, because that's the only time for real I'm going to force you to get to my level if you're challenging me, you know. If you challenge me intellectually, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to force you, okay, now you're going to have to get to my level cuz you're challenging me. I'm not fin to lose weight, what I'm saying, to fight you in your weight class. If you wanna, challenge me to fight, nigga, what I'm saying, get your weight up. What I'm saying? That's the only way. But like if we're going to have a civil conversation, a regular conversation, man, nah, I'm gonna meet you where you at, because I wanna have that conversation, because that's what it is.
Yeah, and you could see when tensions get a little high when it comes to topics like this, because again, we're at our own. Everyone's at their own different level, of awareness. So
Right, right. It's different ideologies clashing with each other. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
'Cause So I might be past religion and past the Bible, and then I might come in contact with somebody that still believes in that nonsense. So our ideology is going to automatically clash. So I might believe, like the guy earlier, he said he didn't believe in a source. He didn't believe in the cosmos. And I know, and I understand that it exists. So that's why it might clash right there. You see what I'm saying? But I don't. It's nothing nefarious. I don't mean to be malice towards nobody. It's just, I'm real passionate about what I do and what I know, but I would never try to force it off on anyone. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, but in the way that you speak about it, though, you know you don't leave room for error. Even though you've made a lot, you made plenty. We all make a lot of mistakes. Nothing we do, or trying to say ever come out, perfect, because we have to pick and choose and select the word that we want to use, right? That best fit the idea, the situation. But you don't leave room for error. You speak in a way that that is, no, what I'm saying is this. But like I said, even though you making mistake, you conflicting certain things. Like that's why I asked the question about the the physical, and the ether. How do these two, directly, what I'm saying?
Like correlate with each other. Yes, it's a difference between your etheric body and your physical body, man. Yeah, that's true. I'm not of this physical flesh. Like this is just my avatar. This is a simulation win. This is like a video game. So I chose to come down here in a physical form. This is on a temporarily. But my consciousness, my light body is infinity. It's forever. There's no end to it. Energy can't be destroyed or created. So we're energy beings before we're physical beings, right?
I believe that.
But let me get you to think, bro. If energy is energy, right? Is there is one thing that's not energy?
I'm gonna put you like this. Okay, when people go to church and they convey and they congregate inside of the church, they put their hands up. That's energy. They're giving their energy to a deity. So what I'm trying to tell you, everything is energy here. When
Exactly.
they put their hands up and they praising the Lord, they're giving this deity their energy. See what I'm saying?
That's why I'm
Everything is
that's
energy.
why that's why I'm asking the question I'm asking. Isn't everything is energy? Is there one thing that's not energy? The answer is yes, right? Everything is energy, right? That's what
Right,
you just said.
right,
Everything is energy. So if everything is energy, the physical body is energy too. It shouldn't have an end to it. It
right.
should
The
be
physical,
energy
yeah,
too.
yeah, the physical body is energy, and you use this physical body to express yourself. That's why I said God is the highest extension of the mind. It uses matter to express itself. Matter is a solid, so you're using this physical body to express yourself because you God of consciousness, right?
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to do right now is to equate, right? Is to equalize, the flesh, the physical, with the spiritual, or the mental. I'm trying to, to even it out, because it seems like there is a ratio when it comes to the physical, and the mental. Like the mental override is mind over matter,
The
as if
mental
the
plane,
doesn't
you have a
matter.
mental plane, you have a mental plane, physical plane, spiritual plane, different planes of existence. Yeah, that's true.
So right. So isn't they all equal to each other?
Yeah, I mean, but Kimmel, what's your take on this? I'm saying yes and no.
Are you
All right.
asking? You asking my belief? What I believe? My
Like, what's
belief.
your like? Right, yeah, that's what I was asking. Like, what's your take on it?
I believe we're energy. I believe what you're saying. I'm in that belief category. Let me put it that way. But I just listen to everyone talk all the way around, because we're all at different levels. Like we said, okay. So what you're talking about right now, what's your name, True Zone? I've heard this for 2 and 3 years. So that is something I do resonate with. Some
Right.
people are going to come along and talk about what they believe in a more passionate manner or less in another format on another platform or with other people. It's just about being heard, you know, because like I said, everyone's going to believe differently. I believe in the whole energy thing. I believe in the chakras. I'm sitting here right now as I'm talking. I'm outside realigning my spine because my energy is trying to come up my spine at a horrendous, alarming amount, and
You
I'm
having a
having to
kundalini?
control it.
You having
Yeah.
a kundalini rising?
I've been having that for a while. So I've been working on my body like crazy to get it intact. So I believe in all that.
You're right.
But, you
And
know, when you think about all the people, though, have learned along the way, everyone's going to come in and talk about different things. Well, wait, I want to ask Naga something, though, because Naga, I paid attention to something you said. I don't know if you recognized it. You said everything, correct me if I'm wrong. You said everything was energy except for something. You said that a while ago. You said everything was energy except for one thing, and I was over here on the edge of my seat waiting to see what you said. Do you remember saying that?
No, I was asking a question. You know, I asked a question in two different with two part. You know, isn't everything is everything, and the other part was, is there one thing that's not energy?
Oh, is there one thing? Okay, so it's a question. Okay, see see, and that's another thing. As people, we built up a toxicity level in our body between what we consume through our mouth, through our mind, and we're trying to air it out. And the toxicity level includes our beliefs. You know, what we've been
right,
programmed to believe, and everyone's airing out their toxicity, I like to say, at a different rate.
right,
So there's some people like, so I'm over here already, like, I already have my beliefs and what I believe in. Am I still open minded? Of course, because I don't have all the answers. Am
right.
I going to sit and listen to what everyone's take is and how they believe? Yes, I am, because I'm not open minded. I've gotten past the level of like my passion speaking in, getting mad or any of that. I did that in the beginning, you know. I did all that. Now I'm at a level, at awareness level, you'd call it, where I actually literally just sit back here and I take it all in and just hear it
Yeah,
all because you're grabbing pieces from other people. And if it resonates and you feel it deep inside, like I'd say, it sticks with me. If it doesn't, I'm like, you can be gone. And you're
So
taking
you
into
saying
that.
everything that I've been speaking on, you saying you resonate with that.
I resonate with a lot, not everything, but I would say I resonate with a lot of it because I didn't hear
Okay.
everything, but I resonate with a lot of it. Yes, I do.
Right.
I do with Naga. I do with well, was it EET? Some things he said too. It just depends. That's why it's like when you're talking about the ether before, I call that pulling pieces from the ether, whether it be other people or not, pulling pieces of information. What sticks, I keep. What's good for me, I keep. Because everyone's gonna do that, right?
Right.
You
That's
can
how I
even be
am.
like, you
That's
can
how I
even
am
you can,
too.
yeah, you could even be like, look, I got a picture, and this is God, and He was here, and all that. You could do all this, right? My little baby, you could do all this. It don't
That's
matter. You show it to people, they're gonna be like, no, bullshit, and I'm gonna be like, yep, well, here's the picture. So it's like, trying to. That's why it's like, pulling little pieces of information, I say, from the ether, whether it be as people.
well,
Yeah.
I look at it
so
like
Kimber,
this. Hold on, I just look at it like this. Kimba,
Yeah.
she does the tuning fork and a lot of things. She applies a lot of, like, I don't know if I call it treatment or whatever, but she
Healing,
uses a lot of stuff
healing
that
technology. Yeah.
screws her energy. And also, I forgot where I was going with this, man. I've been listening, but I also been doing other stuff too. Um.
Um,
Anyway, go ahead, Naga. I forgot what I was gonna say. Pointless.
well, if I could read, everybody energy, before I ask, Kimber, the question,
mhm.
you know, I think, you, Charles, you that, you know, you at this point, like, it's like what's next for you type of thing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
That's where I see Charles. That's how I see, your energy is like, you it's like you get into the, to the end, like where you're like, okay, like, I've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm here, this and that, I get it, okay, what's next? Kimber, phew, it's like it's like you there, where you I'm like when I'm seeing Kimber, and right, and I'm seeing like it's like a wheel spinning in front of you,
Oh,
and and it's like you're like, okay, which way? Like you spin the wheel, and it start to like, you're thinking about it. You're like, yeah, I think this one is new. You're like, nah, maybe like if I spin it one more time, I could get this one, So you're like, you picking and choose which one, the next, should be. You're ready for the next. You know what I'm saying? You're not
yeah.
like more like Charles. That's that's asking what is next, but you're like you ready for the next. You know what I'm saying? But you just don't know which. I'm saying which one to go with. It's like you have so many. It's like you're going out type thing. You have so many clothes you could wear to come out, for the night, but you don't know which one to wear yet.
That's a good analogy. Yeah, it is. That's a good analogy, Naga.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
kind
that's why I resonate with that Groundhog Day, because I'm over here like, okay, something's got to happen. I'm ready to go further. I've gotten to a level with me, with my toxicity and cleaning stuff out, to where I'm at a that I'm on a level where it's like I can't be influenced too much. I can't. I've already been there, done it. I let social media do it. People in my life, I can still let them do it when I have my weak moments. I'm not gonna lie. I can get vulnerable at times and be swayed, and then I got to stop and go, put the brakes on. Wait a minute, what's going on? Because I cleared out a lot of toxicity, healing. That's what Charles was saying. I have singing bowls, tuning forks. I'm doing so much healing over here. It's an alarming rate. It's so alarming that it's already put me in the hospital 4 times. See, that's the thing. It's very alarming. So it can put your body in overdraw, your mind, mental state, and all that. And then when you get past through that clutter, then you can actually sit back and listen in. It's like going back as a child. Don't you guys remember? We had to sit in classes and you had to sit in your chair, not raise your hand, and actually listen. I point this out to people. We had to listen. And that didn't matter if the teacher talked for 10 minutes, a half hour, an hour. You didn't move and you listened. Nowadays, no one, well, I'm not going to say no one, a lot of people don't have patience. So it's like as quickly as someone starts to talk, someone else jumps in there. That's the toxicity speaking from them, or their feelings, or their compassion, or anger. You got to clear through that toxicity. When I tell people now, God, you can't even listen to me for a few minutes, they're quick to get angry and fight and banter with me. And I'm like, okay, there's your parasitic behavior kicking in. I already noticed it. You don't have the patience to listen to me. Now, if I'm talking too long, I recognize it. And if I don't recognize it because I'm stuck in my compassion and I'm speaking, you know, then I would, if someone's around me or right here on the panel, like Charles or anyone, then someone could be like, all right, okay, now my turn. But the toxicity is going to not make people want to sit and even listen to another person. That's the thing. You're not going to take nothing in if you don't even have an open heart. Let me go that far. If your heart isn't open, if your heart is not open, and a lot of people get like, my heart's open. No, I felt my heart crack open, literally. It felt like I was going to have a heart attack. I told Indegru this. I remember him asking me, when your heart is open, you're back to being your inner child. Your heart is open. Now you're able to listen to everyone like a child does. A child could sit around and listen to five and six. A child could sit around in a whole big group of dysfunctional motherfuckers, excuse my language, and be like, laugh at that one or pick this and that out. It's going back to your child too. It's the toxicity in us where we're like, wait a minute, I gotta say something. No, wait. That's our toxicity. That's our parasitic behavior. So until that heart opens and all that, unless you're able to control it, unless you're really able to control your mind, the heart is open and you're dealing something getting shit out of you, how are you going to sit and listen to every perspective coming in around without getting triggered, upset, sad, all that? I yield.
No, but the other side, that hyper energy is a child energy too. Is that that the energy
Yep.
that make a child can't
Yep.
sit down. Always want to run around, always gotta be doing something. That kid that just can't sit down. It's a childlike energy too. So that's why sometimes you just gotta be happy for him. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like for example, like the conversation. I really wanted to talk to ETT. You know what I'm saying, when he came up. But the brother was talking to him, so I just like, even though I tried to get in, but I realized that these two really want to have the conversation. So I was just like, man, I gotta be happy for him. You know what I'm saying, that they doing what they're doing. It's not time for me to come in and trying to be like, but hold on, I'm talking, you know what I'm saying, like, so I just let the conversation, you know go the way, the way it going. It don't gotta go the way I want it to go. So
There
that,
you go. That's powerful right there, dog. You said you don't want it to go the way you want it to go. Okay, that's
yeah,
powerful. A lot of people
yeah,
can't say that.
yeah, but that come with a lot of, uh growth. That come with a lot of, working on self. You know what I'm saying? Knowing, the different version of self, different layers of self. You know what I'm saying? Knowing where, and when to put your energy, you know. And sometimes you gotta let the energy do the work for you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's a give and take.
Hey,
Yeah,
right.
learning.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yes,
I
sir.
was wondering, yeah, I was
Yeah,
talking,
go ahead.
Kimber was talking about, she was talking about the inner child, and I was thinking to myself, the Matrix, they want to kill the inner child every chance they get, because when I was an
Yep.
adolescent, at a youth, they wanted to put me on Ritalin. They said I had ADHD because I wanted to run around the classroom. So
They did that to me.
everybody be in the classroom trying to learn. I was that kid running around trying to go different, trying to run into the hallway, and they tried to put me, like, they told my mom he needs to be on medicine, so they wanted to kill my mind. That's what the Matrix
They
does.
did that.
They said
They did that to me, man.
they did it to you too, bro.
When did you go to school? They did that to me in the early '90s when I was in middle
Yeah,
school. They put me on Ritalin, and I couldn't even stay awake. They drugged me up.
me too. I'm the same age as you. I went to school in the '90s. I'm 36 years old. I just turned 36. So yeah, they did the same thing to me, man. Put me on all type of pharmaceuticals, man. Killing my mind, man. Killing my childhood. That's what they want to do. They
Yeah,
want to kill the child.
I was born in '81.
I was born in '88, man. Yeah, we were around the same age. Yeah, we was some star kids, man. That came down here to incarnate
There you
into the
go.
physical bodies.
Star
Yeah,
kid. Okay,
they
so
ain't
you
trying to
believe in
get you
star
to.
kids. Okay.
Yeah,
You
we
believe,
was some star kids, man. And they seen it. They knew he was coming in here.
I
They ain't
believe
trying
that
to
too.
get you. They ain't
I
trying to
believe
get
that
you to.
too.
I don't look at
I
it
was
as
rebellious in
they trying
school.
to. I don't look at it as them want me to kill my inner child. I look at it as them want me to abandon my inner child. Like when you have that one friend, that's your good friend, but it's that one friend that gets you in everything. You could count on on your hand every bad thing you get into. It was because of him. So and everybody around you looking at you, like, man, you need to start being friends with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna get you in trouble. He could get in you in this and that. You need to let him go. That's what the drugs is telling you. That's what the drugs is doing to you. Because the drugs is making you sleepy. It making you like don't want to do shit. Like you really want to be like, man, fuck all that shit for real. So now you don't have, you ignore that energy. Until that energy go away. So it's not
Right,
kill it, but you like abandon it. That's what a lot of us, you know, uh, when we're an adult, we tend to be alone because we feel alone by not having our inner child. So you feel alone, so you always end up being alone, even though you have friends. You always find yourself, being alone until you go back and get until you find your inner child.
right. So, cause being an adult, dope is a bad thing. It's nefarious because you look at the etymology for dope, that means blockhead, somebody that's nim with it, that's dumb with it. That's what the etymology for adult means. So they tell us you need to
Blockhead?
grow. Yes,
You
look
said
at
blockhead?
yes.
I never heard
The
that term.
one of my friends sent it to me. Let me go back and look at it again. The etymology for adult, it means blockheaded. Let me go back and look.
Blockheaded. So we a big old blockhead?
Yeah, adult is a bad thing. It's idolatry. You know, it's a bad thing. That's why when we're an adult, you know,
Yeah,
that's when we
adult.
realize what the real shit is. We realize that, you
Sounds
know, we're
like
being lied
adult.
to. We're being lied everything. You get to experience, you know, everything. You in the middle, you know, being a kid and being a grown, you know, a person. So you get to see both sides, you know, both ends of the field. So you get to be the judge, and you know,
That's a good point. Whether you want to use the word kill the inner child, take you away from your inner child, yeah, it all points to the inner child. The inner child's always been targeted, under attack. I mean, that's why they started taking all the programs out of the school. You know, all of the ones that, yeah. So the kids can't have their imagination and be
That's what I was
creative.
just about to say. They're
Yeah.
taking creativity out of the child by also, just like Catholic schools, they put the children in all the same uniforms like a prison. Your creativity is shot down. You have to wear tan pants with a blue button-up shirt or a blue shirt. That's wild. Like, and it ain't, the excuse is, oh well, children wear, like, who are these teachers that dictate what a child's logo is on a shirt? It's none of their business. Even if it said fuck Joe Biden, who are the teachers to say you can't wear that? Like, it's wild. I thought this was a free country.
Come on, Mario. Come on.
Right? It's
But
the land of the free, home of the slave.
yeah, somebody asked me one day. I had said that I was gonna make T-shirts with it. I used it in one of my rhymes, and fucking this guy came on. I don't remember where I was, and asked me if he could use it. And he's like, "What do you want for it?" And I should have told him. I said nothing, like a dummy. I should have told him send me 6 shirts. But that's a good a T-shirt. Land of the. It used to be home of the brave, land of the, what is it? Land of the free, home of the brave. Now it's a land
Right.
of the free, home of the slave.
Facts. The home of the slave, man. This is a slave matrix, man. That's why I feel like I don't belong here. I mean, I can't say I hate this place. I just hate the ideologies, like us having to work a 9-to-5 job, work 50. People say they're free, like they wear these freedom shirts. I'm thinking to myself, how are you free, man? And you work 100 hours in 1 week. That's not freedom. That's enslavement.
Look,
You know.
look at
I'm gonna
California.
tell you how they free.
How,
They free
how,
like free candy. That's how they free.
how are we a free country when California banned the use of fireworks on the 4th of July? That's some
No, bro.
bullshit.
Can't you see
We'll
we
be
a free
free when we
country?
stop listening. We stop listening to these people because they're hypocrites. They're corrupted. The corrupted hypocrite will tell you you can't do this and you can't do that, but they'll do it themselves.
Now we a free country that in a way how everybody can just come to our country and you know for free.
Yeah, that's because globalists are running it, and they're letting all these people in for free
We
and
don't
giving them
hear
money. They
we
won't
don't
give the
hear
homeless American money, but they'll give a homeless guy from Africa or South America a $1,400 card a month. But meanwhile, there's homeless veterans that fought for this country and they're getting pooped all over by the government.
we don't hear no European country complaining about immigrants, you know, taking over the country or you know or ways, you know, coming to the country. But over
They letting
here,
all those immigrants in. All those immigrants are those are all UN troops. Because when you look at them, they
yeah,
all look clean. They don't look malnourished. They don't look dirty. They look clean. They look well kept. Those are
Glad
all
you said
UN
that.
troops.
they come
That was
here, they
my
get to
favorite
come here
too,
for
man.
free. They get to
That's
come
the
here for
Trojan
free.
horse.
Right? Yeah, they showed us that in the movie Troy. Remember the movie Troy when they got into the city? They got inside of that
Yeah.
horse and they went beyond the walls. That's what they're doing right now. It's the same thing. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
They just come in. They just come into the country for free. This is what a free country is. This is what free people is, bro. It's just like free candy. You know, like when you're giving out candies for free. That's how it is. We just free slaves. They just
Right.
get to,
We slaves to a de facto shadow government, to a corporation, to a corporation. The United States is a corporation. America is a continent.
Yeah, we're a dead country.
we had to be the biggest dummy back then if we was walking around saying that we are free slave.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber, man. They came out that movie. They came out that movie for a reason. They told you Dumb and Dumber. Last life you was dumb. You're gonna come back down this life. You're gonna be dumb and dumber. You get dumb and
You
dumber
can't
every
make
life.
that shit up. You can't make that shit up, bro.
What up, JG?
You can't make that shit up. If you was walking around saying you were a free slave, you had to be the biggest dummy.
What's they say? It's a quiet invasion. Yeah, it is, man. It's a silent war being fought with silent war being fought with quiet weapons. Those immigrants, those UN troops, those are quiet weapons.
It reminds me of that Killer Army album, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. You know, like direct energy weapons, and those are silent weapons.
Right.
Putting poison in the water and food, that's silent war.
All of this shit, man, is warfare, bro.
Everything is a weapon. We've been at a perpetual state of we've been at a nonstop perpetual state of war since 1492, since they invaded here. Everything is a war.
How? I don't see that, bro. Cause we pussies, man. We ain't trying to fight. We ain't building no military. We ain't building no weapons. We ain't doing none of this shit, man. What type of war we gonna fight? Shit. I don't know.
The end right there. Oh, Charles just showed it. It's fighting our energy. They're more scared of us. You know that. So you just showed the energy tower. Yep.
Right, the towers of doom, extra low frequencies. That's a weapon right there.
Keeping our energy down. There. When they always say the war on drugs, the war on this, the war on terrorism. No, it's the war on keeping the people's energy down. Period. Point blank. Mic drop. They got to keep us down. They don't keep us down. We're gonna retaliate. They know it. Period.
Right, and everybody. I hear a lot of channels talking about World War III. World War III already happened in 2019 with the inoculation. I ain't gonna say that with the inoculation, but that was the war. That was World War III. Was psychological warfare. It already happened.
We've been at war since we came out the womb.
Right. Facts.
Yep. As soon as they spank your butt and you come out of that womb, you're already traumatized.
They hit us with They hit us with the Man in Black. What's it called? The Man in Black that erases your memory when you see them hospital lights.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
Wait a minute. The Men in Black in the hospital. Okay, I'm having a recollection.
Yeah, the Man in Black movie, when Will Smith took that beam and erased people's memories. When you come out of your mom's womb, out of your mom's portal, those hospital lights erase your memory. That's what that is.
Nah, man. Listen, man. We're doing all that shit on our own.
And then the indoctrination, the school indoctrination centers erase your memory too. Religion erases your memory because you forget who you are. So every step that they take is a personification of making you forget who you are.
Bro. We're doing it. For example, right now we're in the process of forgetting, deleting us being black in our history and our memories. You know, probably like 100 years from now, we probably won't even know we was the black people. If when history talking about black people, we probably think that they ain't even talking about us because we don't call ourselves black. Because we're trying to erase that, delete that from our memory. We're doing it to ourselves, you know. They use reverse psychology, you know, to get us to delete certain things about us.
Do you identify as black, Naka? Can I ask you that, bro? Do you identify as black?
Hell yeah.
I don't identify as black, bro, because I study etymology. I told you earlier that etymology for black means albino. It means pale. It's the opposite of what you've been told.
But the thing is, bro, I came from an empire. You know, my people was the first black empire, after, the 1800, in
Right.
1804,
Haiti, right?
right?
And plus,
Yeah,
if you call
so
yourself if you call yourself black or white, it puts you in an artificial construct. You become an artificial humanoid inside of their matrix, inside of their simulation.
now we was the only power against white power. From the year 1000, going to 1500, 1700, the white dominate. Europeans, not let me not say the white, Europeans dominate, you know the this whole continent, with white supremacy. And yes, but yes, they have blacks with them too. Just because they're white supremacy don't mean that it's only white people. They know they have blacks with them, so they dominate. This whole area we call America and the Caribbeans. They dominate these areas. That's according to what my people, to my history, according to our history. So we was the only power, against them at that time. So we coins that term black. So anybody that associate with black, they come they could rock with us. So a lot of people was claiming that black because a lot of people wanted to rock with us.
Yeah, I get what you're
But
saying, bro.
because
I don't
but
identify as
because
black man. You know, I really don't even
but
like.
because
I don't even like having. I don't even like holding on to physical mundane titles. I just know I'm American Indian, man. I just know that's what I am.
but I know that's what I'm letting you know what I am, what my people did, and why some people call themselves black, and later on they disassociate themselves with the term black because we did not prosper as we were supposed to,
Yeah, I
right?
see what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So it's like people, it's like an investment, and nobody want to make no bad investment. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So they want to cut that shit off. You know what I'm saying? The business going downhill this is the best time to pull out right now. So that happened, but we coined the term black. So hell yeah, I associate with being called black, but not like black skin though. Black as a political term. So of course,
Right, right.
they say that as law
But
in their
we
law,
were
they say
cursing
black is people.
we were cursing ourselves in the 1960s during the whole Pan Africanism movement, the Black Panther Party. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. If you saying you black, it means you calling yourself spiritually dead. You cursing yourself because black means spiritually dead. So you saying I'm black and
Now,
I'm proud.
according to who? Oh,
You saying
that's according to Webster.
no, the
That's not
etymology for
according.
black. It's the etymology. Etymology is the origin of a word, the beginning of a word. We're taught the definition of words and verbiage and nouns in school. We're not taught the etymology of words in school. Because if they teach us the
Yeah, but
etymology of words in school, we wouldn't be slaves. You know, we wouldn't fall into these physical, artificial, mundane titles.
man, the education, the educational system, the curriculum do not support us. The curriculum do not support the indigenous people, right, of the land. It was never about us. We had our own thing. Even during Jim Crow, we had our own shit.
Right,
We had our own everything. They didn't define, what it mean for us, what nothing mean. We had our own definition. We had our own everything. So now, what I'm saying, we give all that up. So now all of a sudden we have to, accept their definition. But what my people don't. This is why you see Haiti, is up right now in Haiti. You know what I'm saying? We don't give a fuck. Like,
oh,
what
you
I'm
from
saying?
Haiti?
Yeah, that's where my people from.
Yeah, oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, that's you got royalty, man, and your ancestors, man. Our ancestors. I can't say yours. We all it's one big landmass. We Atlanteans, so yeah, we all the same. Can't say you a Haitian, I'm American Indian. We're really all the same.
Hell yeah, you probably the only nigga I heard said that. Most of them niggas, they'd be like, no man, you know what I'm saying? We that Aboriginal. Well, you're not talking about Aboriginal. You're talking about Indians. But a lot of folks, man, you know what I'm saying, that Indian shit. They only attribute it to the mainland. They
No,
they kind of take the structure that that the Europeans brought over here. How they separate, North America from the rest of the mainland,
right.
and the Caribbean. A lot of Indians and Aboriginal, they only claim that that little United States. only the landmark we call United States. If you're not from here, you're not considered to be the same as them.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. This used to be one landmass. Atlantis. We really Atlanteans. Yeah, we all the same.
Hell yeah. Hell
Million
yeah, I
percent.
agree with you. Definitely agree with you on that. But yeah,
Yeah, I
man,
do a lot.
we are our own everything, man. We don't let them define what black mean for us. You know what I'm saying? We already knew what black was before they even we knew who they was before they even came. So just because they came and told us black mean this, we ain't gonna let what I'm saying stop using it in the way we used to use it. They ain't God. They ain't God to us.
Not at all. Yeah, we got stripped of our identity, man. Like with all lies, all fallacies. Man,
Yeah,
this is a good.
some of my people lost their identity too, but the identity, is not is here. The identity is here. It's just that they have, they just like they get you to detach from your inner child, your inner self is the same way they got you to detach from from your identity. It's still people, identify, as indigenous. But these people, they ain't gonna put them in the newspaper, on TV, and places where you could find out. They're trying to keep you away from those people.
Right. Yeah.
They're trying
Yeah.
to
This is the this land is so sacred, man. This is ancient. This is America. You already know America's ancient Egypt. All this is ancient, man. This is the promised land.
Yeah, I said this before, man. I said I think back in probably 2017, 18, I said the mainland is Egypt. South and North America is lower and in upper Egypt. In Haiti is Jerusalem.
Right. Facts. Yeah. That's true.
I just want to use this picture when I say this is a perfect picture that I try to describe when I'm explaining. We can barely see right past those mountains. I'll use that for the vanishing point. But people think they could look up and see light years away, whatever measurement that might be. It's allegedly far, right? And also people will say, but Chuck, man, the sun is 95 times the size of Earth. And you could throw that away real quick when the sun comes over the horizon. If it was 99 times the size of Earth, it wouldn't come over the horizon that small. But anyway, it wouldn't even come over the horizon because it's 99 times the size of Earth, allegedly. But yeah, this picture is
Right.
perfect to prove people can't see light years away.
That's true, bro.
But
When I was younger, man, like we was all programmed by the school indoctrination, these school indoctrination camps. They told us, "Oh, the sun is you can fit a million Earths inside of the sun." I'm thinking to myself, I believed it at first, but as time went on, like, man, that don't make sense. And plus, you look at the sun, like you look at it now, you can just tell it's not as big as they say it is.
all right,
And then
I gotta jump off here in like 20 minutes. I'm gonna wait till it says 3 hours. Another half hour, I gotta jump off.
yeah, it's been
'Cause
good, man. I appreciate you
go
letting me
ahead.
on, man.
I guess
Yeah,
this is
I hope you come through again too. Um, I want to speak more on the topic of aboriginals, and I would rather do it with people that are aboriginal to this land or descendants of this land. They're now I've spoken to native tribes and native Indians, and some aboriginal people say they're full of shit. That there's a lot of disagreements, but me
Yeah, they're
personally, I think they both existed.
the native those Native Americans. Those are Mongolians. They're conquistadors. They're $5 Indians. They pay $5 to get on the dog. They pay $5 to get on the Dawes Road.
$5
Yep.
Indians.
They
I
$5
think
Indians.
we all,
This is real. This is real. They're conquistadors. They're not.
because
They're
I
not. They're
found
not
out my
aborigines.
ancestors were had tribes too. The Germanic ancestors, my Germanic ancestors. I think we
Right.
all were in a tribe at some point. before
Right.
a country became a thing. Like, we abandoned our family crests for a country flag, which is nuts. But
Yeah, the
I
flag is
like the way you
arbitrary.
put that, Charles. I like the way you put that, man. We did that, bro. We abandoned our royalty, bro. We just like leave that behind. We just walked away from that shit. And now we're wondering that we now, I don't know if it's because we ashamed or whatever the case we picked up along the way. Now we refuse to go back to it. We think somebody are holding us from from going back to that. Ain't nobody holding us, man. Nobody told us to leave in the first place. We decided to leave that shit.
Right. And why you think it says in the Bible the first should be last and the last should be first? We were here first. And who's last in line now? We are. It's at the beginning and the end. We the beginning, and we gonna be the end. We was here in the beginning. Nobody else was here besides us. This is facts. I don't deal with like racism or nothing like that. This is just, I deal with facts.
Chilster Deluxe, peace and peace to IMX. He said, if you were born on the land, you're an Aboriginal. Yeah, because I've been told I'm a European, and I'm like, no, I'm not. My mother was born here. My grandparents were born here. Now my great-grandparents came here on the European slave ship from Poland to Germany. They were lied to trick them to come here. And I don't know shit about being European. I don't speak my native tongue, none of that. I don't speak German or Polish. I don't know none of that. I've been Americanized. The language
Right.
is lost. It wasn't passed down.
American.
Yeah.
They lied and told everybody that melanated. I don't like saying black. They told everybody that we were slaves. We was never slaves. We prisoners of war. Slave is a European terminology. It means Slavic. They were slaves coming over here off them slave ships, and it wasn't us. We were already here.
Because if you look at the records, Dane Calloway showed it's 98% Europeans. And I was thinking that for a long time because my grandfather was explaining it to me, but I never brought it up because the school, the teachers wasn't trying to hear it. They had an agenda to push. So
Let me
Right.
say this right quick.
That's an insult on our intelligence in itself, saying that we some slaves. Like, come on, man. You know what that does to a child? I'm not even playing the victim role. Them telling the melanated kids, y'all
right.
slaves. That's how slave ships. Come on, man.
Let me say
And
this
it
right quick,
divides us
man.
up.
The Slavs were the Moors. There were people doing commerce over the waters, over the sea, over the Atlantic, the Pacific Ocean. You know, they are the Slavic people, and they ain't only white. Is blacks. It's colored. Is mixed. It's all different types of people. That right there in itself is not what people makes you think it is. It was just a business, bro. It was just people doing business. Just like right now today, people are doing business, but some people feel like
Yeah,
it's
but
slave.
they use that today as a division tactic, the black and white thing. Because if they knew, if we were a strong unit, right, no weak links in the chain, it would be harder to conquer and take this country by the globalists. But they did a good job with agendas and indoctrination and control mechanisms to keep us divided through racial bullshit,
Right.
fucking these
Right.
ideologies. And it's not a lot of people's fault. They were indoctrinated by their parents with ideologies. They know no different. So it's up to them to break themselves out of these mental prisons they built within themselves.
Right.
But
It's about taking the chains off, man, off us psychologically,
yeah,
taking these psychological chains off, these warfare chains that's been put on our mind, on the conscious mind. You got to take the chains off.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what them chains were.
I
Them
just want
chains
to end
was
it with this
prison.
real quick, Naga. You know who else helped me to know that Old Dirty Bastard? He always talked about being an Aboriginal Shinnecock Indian and his great-great-grandfather. And yeah, Old Dirty Bastard from Wu-Tang.
Yeah, so the
Right.
people that was, that was in the chains, and the people that was, coming from the boats, was two different peoples. The people that had them chains and was prisoners of war, right? And people that committed crime. These were prisoners. They had to work in order to pay their debt. They had to work probably for 10 years, probably for 30 years. for whatever a certain amount of time. Some of them got life, whatever, they had to work for for that period of time. And the people that was coming over, or over the boats were people doing business, all type of business. Some of them probably was buying these people to work for them too. You know what I'm saying?
You
They
got
was buying the goods and different things like that. So it wasn't just one particular people that was doing it. Probably one particular people, was probably at the top of it, in different time. Probably in a certain time, the Arabs was at the top of it, the forefront. Probably a certain time, the Spaniard probably was, the French probably was, the English probably was, you know. But at the end of the day, it was just all people participate in it.
like racism. I just want to say is an excuse to hate. Like I've asked racist people why. Let's say I asked my friend that he passed away, but he was racist, and I said, but why don't you like these people? And he said he had his reasons, and I'm like, yeah, but there's all pieces of shit like that in every race, right? And the look on the face, I crushed their whole racism. Like to me, it's just excuses, man. One person could do something to them and they'll blame a whole entire so-called race.
Right,
I
Yeah.
right,
don't
right.
know.
Right. Racism is low vibration. That's some
Hey,
low
real
They
vibration
quick.
had
shit.
to divide us with it too, because if we worked as a unit, so-called black and white people, it would be a problem for these. You know, there's a lot of racist people and that are older in politics, and
No, that shit is not real, man. Listen,
no, it's
uh,
very real.
I'm gonna tell you this: we don't see the animals work together unless they just having fun. Unless they're just having fun, they ain't together. Everybody,
Racism is real,
they
and it,
going to
it
get.
it exists within people's minds.
Say that again.
And listen what you just said. You said politics. I thought about something. Politics. They a bunch of ticks. Parasitic ticks. Politics.
That's a good one.
Sucking on you, draining you your life force energy because you go cast the vote when they draining you your energy. Ticks. You voting for a bunch of parasites. Politics. It's like TikTok. A bunch of parasites on TikTok. Two ticks. TikTok. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they gotta keep.
the
They don't
government
want
is.
us being in power. That's for sure, because it'll
No.
ruin everything they have. That's
Yeah.
why
Real
you
quick.
don't see people from the bottom ever as president. It's always someone in these families, man. I haven't seen anyone from the bottom get in a higher position.
If
A
you follow the
president.
government,
They the president of a corporation. They the president of White House Incorporated. They don't have any power. They just front man for the black nobility. But I ain't gonna get into all that because I know you say you about to end this live, but they just front man. The original 13 families are niggas that look just like us, black nobility. That's the original 13 family. So when the Declaration of Independence from the red coat from the black nobility, they wanted the European Spaniards. They wanted independence from the black nobility red coats. That's why they all wore red coats. If you look up a black nobility red coat and look up a European red coat that fought in the not the Spanish Inquisition, it's the War of 1776. That was them wanting independence from the black nobility.
Wait, Truso, let me ask you something real quick. Can I? Let me just jump in, just it's gonna take 1 second. Were you live last night, or did you go live? Do you go live at all?
Yes, I go live a lot. I do a lot of panels. I go live a lot. I ain't really been dropping a whole lot of videos here lately the past few weeks, but yeah, I do panels all the time. I go live a lot. Yeah,
How'd
Okay,
you
because
find my channel, if you don't mind me asking?
bro, I just be out there surfing, man, looking for like conscious channels, man, because
I'm
I want
glad
to
you
learn.
did.
I'm a sucker for knowledge, so I just be scanning and just looking like for like-minded beings like myself. So I think I stumbled upon your channel a few months ago, and I just seen that you was live this morning. Says, let me hop on and see what they talking about. And everything y'all was talking about was enticing. I'm like, man, I got this my type of panel. Because I
I'm glad
resonate
you
with
wait,
did
everything you guys are
find
saying.
my channel. I'm glad you did find it, man. I
okay,
really
wait, let
am.
me
It's awesome.
wait. Okay, Charles, let me finish real quick. I'm sorry, I don't mean to intrude. Truth Zone. The reason I'm
Yeah,
asking
go
is
ahead.
I saw someone live. Yeah, I'm not trying to be rude. You know that. I saw someone. Plus, I'm high energy over here, so I'm trying to maintain it, my friends. Um, I saw someone live like 1 or 2 a.m. and Sir Drop shared it. That's why I was asking, was that you? Because I went to the live for a minute and no one was there. I just wanted to see if that was you. I don't remember the name, but it was Truth something.
It might have been. Are
You
you subscribed to my channel?
No, I'm not. But I am to Sir Drop. So when I saw him share it out, I was like, "Oh, let me go in this stream," and there was
No,
no
no,
one there. That's why I
no,
was
ma'am. No,
asking who did it. Okay, all right. So that
no,
was
ma'am.
someone else.
That wasn't me.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, Charles. I'm sorry. There you go. I want to confirm. Okay,
Yeah,
I want to know what I'm
I
looking
knew there
at.
was something that brought you here, bro. You know, I didn't even get to read your energy, to tell you about your energy yet, but I could have tell, what I'm saying. I was getting the vibes, that you was out here scooping, you know what I'm saying, with your binoculars on, you know what I'm saying, trying to zoom in and shit, and get a better, you know, uh view, if I may say, and shit. But yeah, that's good though. You here, you know what I'm saying? We always here, you know what I'm saying? Charles go live every day and shit like that.
Yeah, Charles sounds like a
Always.
smart dude. A lot of smart people on this panel, man. I respect it. I love it, man.
Yeah, man. That's the guy right here. Yeah, bro, salute to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. No, do your thing.
How's YouTube gonna reject my comment? Right? It's my channel. It says YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. They're trying to tell me how to write in my. What's going on here, man? Let's try it again. I'm gonna type it the same way. Let's see.
So, Truza, do you think you need to do your genealogy in order to find out
That's
if you're indigenous
BS.
or not? You need to do your DNA or your genealogy.
A DNA test is preposterous. I mean, that's my opinion because somebody did a DNA test on their iguana and it came back that the iguana was Spaniard. So that because you're going through the beast, you're going through the matrix to get answers. So if I do a DNA test going through them, of course they're gonna lie to me and say, "Hey, you come from Africa." So you know what I'm saying? I'd be wasting my time with that.
What about genealogy?
Yo,
Yeah, maybe, but
this
like a DNA test, not.
And the genealogy, the same thing. You gotta go and get records and shit like that. Certain records, from the base.
The town I live in is called Salem. I live in a town called Salem, Indiana, and we know the suffix for Salem is Jerusalem, but that's besides the point. I went to the library and looked at the town records, and I went back like 400-500 years and seen that we was here in this town here. And somebody else had told me that too.
Okay, gotcha. I believe that shit because my people over there too. Wherever my people go, I know we been going there. My people all over the state. We in Chicago, Louisiana, Indiana, Miami, New York, Canada. You know, I know that for sure. Not only we come from these areas and migrate to Haiti before the Europeans arrive, but we've always traveled to these lands through a different time.
Right.
There's a moment of breathing time. I'm sorry, man. I had to put that in. I'd like to hear everyone speak.
Yeah,
Ah,
a lot of people think that
no,
my people come from Africa, man, but that's a lie. Just like they told the people here they came from Africa, and shit like that. The African American is the same thing. They're trying to tell my people we came from Africa and shit.
that's as
But
bad as
really,
saying a Caucasian person. You're from America because you're Caucasian. It's like, oh well, yeah, well,
we're from
no.
the Caucasus Mountains. Yakub, maker and creator of the devil, swine merchant.
Spit us a rhyme, Charles. Spit us a line.
Nah, but I
Yakub,
got a new song coming out soon.
Okay.
that Yakub story is just a story
Alright,
from
I
the
can spit a verse.
Yes. There we go. We can lighten up the moment. We've been on high energy over here. Listen to everyone's theories and ideologies and experiences. It's great. I like it. I can sit and listen. I love it. Oop, I got wasp on me. That I don't love. Okay, get off. Ah, it's on my back. They're all over my deck. I got houses of wasp all over my deck. Okay, and they love to land on me. And guess what? They don't even sting me. I don't have to swat at them. I just look at them. I give them a little wink, nudge, like, please get off me before you sting me. And they fly away. See? I talk to the
Oh
animals.
yeah, one more question, bro. I gotta ask because you said you're indigenous. What's your culture look like or tradition look like looking for you?
You said like tradition?
Yeah,
Like
tradition.
me being a kid and being in Mississippi at my grandmother's house and her doing quilts. That's an Indian thing. Like everything we've been doing for thousands of years, we still do it to this day. Right there, we
Oh,
have everything is soul food, soul man. I'm a soul man. It's my soul brother. They already know. So everything we've been doing thousands of years, we still do to this day. Our dances, the way we talk, because you know what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. When I was a kid, going back down to Mississippi, staying with my grandmother and grandfather, they was doing things we did for thousands of years.
Okay.
All right.
I heard it never changes. We never changed.
So it don't have like a name like like what's I'm when I'm in culture tradition, like I'm trying to find out, okay, what's connect you, you know, and your people back to source. What are some things that you say that could might be equivalent to, to the church or to Muslim or to Buddha?
So you saying like are you tying it to like religion? I'm trying to see if I'm hearing you out correctly. Are you
No, I'm not. Well, I'm using religion to kind of try say what I'm trying to say, but the religion, to them is just a way of connecting them to source, right?
right?
So I was asking it in that way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say what is something, that a tradition or a culture that's kind of like equivalent to that.
To being indigenous, that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the food we eat, that's a cultural thing. They call it soul food. My grandmother doing quilts when I was younger. Our dances that we do. Remember the crip walks and all that stuff. All our footwork, that stuff we was doing for thousands of years. So, us smoking cigars, smoking
Yeah,
tobacco. We've been doing that.
I remember that. When I first seen the Crip Walk, I said, "Man, that looks like the way the Indians dance."
It's
Sure
called the
as
rain
shit, the
dance.
truth's always been right there.
It's truth right in your face. We've
It's
been
like
doing
Old
this for
Dirty
thousands of years.
Bastard. You know who Old Dirty Bastard is? His great great
Yeah,
grandfather was the chief of the Shinnecock Indians in Lower Manhattan.
I believe
Because
it.
in Connecticut, we have in Connecticut there's the Mohegan, and a bunch of other tribes. But
Okay, then dance is one. Do y'all sing or harmony and shit like that?
Say it one more time, bro.
Do y'all like have certain songs, like your chants, the things with the dances, or it's just like the dances?
Dances was what it's the whole nine.
you're part of the whole Aboriginal thing too, kind of. Well, I don't want to tell people who they are, but I personally think Haitians and Jamaicans been on the islands a long time. I don't think they were brought from Africa on slave ships, but I could be wrong. I mean,
No,
Jamaicans know the islands,
Nah,
man. They've been there
yeah.
a minute.
they've been here
You
just
know,
as long
you
as
know,
we have. This used to be one landmass. It was called Atlantis. The lands got
Mm,
split up. We the same as Dominicans. We the same as Haitians. We all the same. Latino ain't no such thing as really a Latino and a black. We all the same because there used to be one giant
uh,
landmass. We was all on one
uh,
landmass together.
let me
We
just
had
spit.
but there is certain things though that kind of blur the line. You have like the $5 Indians, right? Over, they came from somewhere. It's the same thing. We have different people in the island that occupy different lands in the island. They ain't originally, from here. They came after the 1800. They start coming over. You know, they mixing with, they are, they had grandparents, that was, mixed, you know, with either French or Spaniards, or English, or different type of Europeans. They will have, a family that mix with these people, and then, they will come to these islands. They will have some type of connection, like Jamaica have a connection with England. You know what I'm saying? Haiti have a connection with here and France.
When you're done, I'm gonna spit this verse real quick
Yeah.
to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think this is ever gonna come out anyway. I just wrote it the other day on the 4th of July.
Okay.
I'll
But yeah,
just share it.
just to finish right quick, so these people do come in between us and trying to blur the line and make it seem like they've always been here, but they have a different motive, they have a different interest, than us. So they act like they've always been here with us, but they not. Just like the $5 engine that act like they've been here on this land, but they came, from other places, in different time. But yeah, you got it, Charles.
All right. I said, where should I start this? I'll just start it here. I said, on the 4th of July, let's celebrate the illusion of freedom. Living the American dream until I realized I was dreaming. I was told don't listen, it's influence from a demon. I laughed and said more like an archon. Spirit is energy, can't exist without the archon. All these religions has you blind in the dark, huh? It's not the fall, it's how you pick yourself up. Speaking from experience, do I give a fuck? I took the route to evil, the power of a buck. Look into people's eyes, the power of that trust. I read feelings, electromagnetic, emotion and motion like full-blown calisthenics. Zero is the womb, birth all 9. It says zero has no value, but zero is prime. Female energy, the woman is divine. Polarity comes together, creating the trinity. As above, so below. Analemma is infinity. Electromagnetic, stars rotate in proximity. My observation on a stationary plane within the cosmic egg where all is contained. We are God's energy in chaos and constant change. Our vessels we rent to experience this terrain until tears shed like pouring rain, returning to spirit while loved ones feel the pain.
Man, that was more than
Whoa,
16
whoa,
bars.
whoa. You go,
Hey man, that was
Charles. I
hey
like that.
that was fire, man. I like
Yeah,
that.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I like that.
He's
He
good
said
at that.
he mentioned the arc. He mentioned the archons because they are cons. They not macons, man. But I like that rhyme.
Yeah, Charles is good. He's good at that.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Yeah. And the wind just came through here and it's getting ready to pour just as you
Yeah.
started that. That was perfect timing. Oh, nice.
Well, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, you're welcome to come here anytime I'm live.
Yeah,
Like I
man. Most
said,
definitely.
it would be dope if you can come up one day and speak, on the, your ancestors in Mississippi and stuff. Man, I would love to hear that. I'm interested in the Indian tribes and when I first went to a powwow, even though I've heard Indians say that that's like saying what do you call that? Like a white man can't jump. What is that called? Anyway, when I used to go to powwows, I was intrigued by the way these native tribes lived, and I personally think that's the way we should be living and respect Mother Earth and each other.
Right.
Compared to like Christian or Catholic religions and giving all your energy to a deity that's in a book that We don't know who these deities are or what they've done. What the truth is, these people rewrite stuff all the time and do
Right.
foolery and trickery.
That's asinine. Yeah, we didn't follow religion. We went under a matriarch. We went by universal cosmic laws. We didn't have admiralty laws and Mickey Mouse laws. We followed cosmic laws. Matriarch. I think we're getting back to that because the age of Pisces is coming to an end.
Nah, the matriarch was a scam too, bro. The
Uh,
matriarch
ma-
was a scam, is a scam, just like the patriarch. Was when women, was decided, how many men they could have, because they're in charge. They could get a man to do this, a man to do that. Is about that
but right,
family structure for real.
I get what you're saying, but Earth is a feminine planet. It's divine. Everything's divine. Women were the first one here. Earth is a feminine planet. So you know what I'm
But
saying?
I think the water is a feminine thing. The earth is physical. It's like more like a solid thing. So the waters is the feminine aspect of the earth more. But I think it's both though. When it comes to to this righteous thing, to this uh life thing for real.
Right.
It is not the feminine or the masculine. It's both. You know.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I was saying that that matriarch thing was a scam. I think that was created in order to justify the patriarch. Because that was the plan in the first place, but they couldn't just come out with it. Out the blue like that. Just like it's a lot of things that they want to bring up on the people, but they can't just come out and just put it out like that. So they have to uh put it out little by little, predictive programming basically. So that's what that's what it was with the
Yeah, I see what you're
matriarch.
saying. I see what you're saying. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I gotta go run my business, man. I work for myself, so I gotta I stayed on longer than what I wanted to, but I appreciate y'all for having me on. Appreciate you, Charles, man, for having me on, bro. Keep rhyming, man, because you got some dope rhymes.
Hell yeah,
Y'all stay,
bro.
y'all stay, y'all stay conscious out there, man. Stay vibrating high.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, man.
Look,
I appreciate it. Truth Zone.
Peace.
You're always welcome here.
Yeah, I'll most
Damn,
definitely be
I
back,
gotta
man.
jump off myself because I
hell
got
yeah,
to
salute.
have
Yeah.
to.
But now they get me to ask the
Oh,
Kimber the question before I forgot because I didn't chose but to go. The
Naga, make
question
it
is,
short. No offense, make it short. Just
oh
kidding.
no,
yeah,
no. No, go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Naga. It's cool. Please, Jay
I already know.
Heighten.
No, I know. I'm messing with you, Naga. Go ahead. I just know your brain. Go ahead. Go
and now
ahead.
I said that earlier. That's why I got me kind of go a little back and forth with face plant. I was saying, I was asking, what you think, about me saying that, the devil is a woman, and God
The
is a
diva.
man. God is man. The devil, the diva is the
Fuck
woman.
is it?
You're going to ask a woman whose ruling planet is Saturn, and I believe in that, and I embrace both sides. Huh? That's interesting. That comment remark came out. I don't know.
Your ruling planet is all the planets.
What What do you mean almost?
You're under
Um.
all the planets. You
Oh,
rule
okay.
under all of them.
I see what you're saying, Charles. That's just crazy. He asked me that because Saturn is my ruling planet, and I embrace both the good and evil. I'm pretty grounded, so.
Piss me off. Not you guys. This thing I'm trying to do here.
I don't know
Trying to
about that.
download an app.
So, what you think about that? You think it's true, or you think I'm reaching, like I'm off the chain with that?
Honestly, I just started smoking, and that's a longer subject, and I don't know if right now it'd be right to go into it, if you know what I mean, Naga. Like, that would have to. I gotta really kick my brain in. I'm not gonna lie, I just took a few hits. I'm relaxing. It's getting ready to pour. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's like I have to, before, if you would have asked me before, I was on fire. My energy was up there. I had to contain my energy. I had to bring it down before I exploded. So that's like another whole topic.
No, I get it. That's why I
Yeah,
was even trying
yeah,
to say, oh, let me ask it before I end,
yeah.
because I was to be asked the question. But it is what
And
it is.
yeah, and not in the time frame Charles. Oop, there he's gone. And not in the time frame Charles has, if you know what I mean. Because I know he's getting ready to dip. He's getting ready to dip, baby, dip. I just moved all my stuff inside, just getting ready to pour. But
Yeah,
that's a
we see
good
what Big Chuck.
question. But it depends, what you would what you say a female is versus a female is considered what did you say, the devil, Satan? What word did you use?
Yeah,
I'm
the
not,
devil.
the devil. Okay. Well, the thing is, what do you think the devil is? According to who? What's the devil? And are you just going by? Are you going by someone's behavior? Are you go see that this is the whole? That's why I'm saying this is the whole thing. Are you going by someone's parasitic behavior? Are you going by the actual deity that's called that? Are you going by and whose eyes the devil? Whose perception? Are you asking my perception? I see devilish behavior. See, I don't know about an actual entity or anything, energy. I see the behavior. I could see it in a female. Yeah, I can. But reaching other heights of that topic, I can't really do. You know what I mean? I can't really go there because I don't
Nah,
know.
I
You know.
basically agree with you. That's how I'm saying it. Because there was a nice little run about the black woman is God. Oh, women is really God. Not in the context of her being the creator, but in the context she able to bring life into existence
Yeah.
out of her womb. So I was best saying in
Oh, yeah.
I could
Listen.
do that.
Oh, Naga. Let me stop you right quick. You remember that saying? When moms get mad, they say, "By golly, I brought you in this world. I could take you out of it."
Yes, sir.
You see him as both, Oh, yeah, and a double, yeah. See him both in both aspects. By golly, I brought you in this world. I'll take you out. George, you didn't listen. Yep. There you go. I just thought of that line. See, I come up with little lines and cues when I hear people talk that
Yeah,
trigger
but
in
I
my
don't
head, that
I
make
don't
my brain open.
even though I agree with it being in that way, but
Huh.
when I say it, I'm putting it in the sense that she is the creator. People when they say she was God, they don't say it in that point where she is the creator. I'm saying it in the point that where she is the creator. The feminine energy
Yeah.
is what is the creator of this universe of the earth, is what created what would be equivalent to the Holy Spirit. That's what I was saying when
Oh.
first plant didn't really you know agree with me because I associate that term with the devil. But the devil in to me, I ain't looking at it in a negative sense, and how people look at it. I'm looking at it in a sense that is really the positive, for real, and the positive is really the negative. So God, which is man, is the selfish. This is why you know he want to have everything to himself, for real.
Well, the same thing with you said, like the positive and negative. The same with evil versus good, and and God and Satan and all that. It's like all Yeah, I know what you're saying, but that's a whole nother topic. That's what I'm saying, Naga. I know Charles wants to leave soon, but you're going down a whole nother aisle. I know, I feel it. I hear you, but you're going down another aisle now. I know Charles wants to leave soon. I'm just looking out for Charles. That's all. And it's getting ready to rain here, and my phone's almost dying. Oh, and he popped out again. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the conversation that kind of sparked it up a
Yeah, like
little bit.
maybe another time. Yeah.
That's what
Maybe
got
next
ET to
time.
come up here.
Welcome back, Travis.
I
Welcome back.
fucking was supposed to go to Axis Live, man, and I just realized it started 2 hours ago. I thought it was at noon, but yeah,
Oh.
Dom
Axis?
said it. I think, yeah. I'm dropping the link in the chat to his channel because he has a good live going, but I gotta jump off anyway because I gotta do a bunch of stuff.
Me too.
What
Okay.
But
you
thank
talking
you,
about?
Kimba and Naga and Truth. What was it? Truth.
Truth Zone. Truth Zone.
Yeah. Truth Zone, Naga, Kimba, and Nathan. And who else had come up? Faceplant.
Okay.
I appreciate you all coming up, man. This was
Yeah.
a really good stream.
Thank you, Charles. I appreciate it. I gotta get going with my day too.
Yeah, bro. Salute, man. Respect. Until next time.
Peace. And peace to everyone in the chat. This is an awesome chat too, man. I appreciate everyone who participates and comes by. Much love and respect, man. I hope y'all have a great day, evening, wherever you are in this realm. And, you know, stay positive. Positive energy activates constant elevation. Peace to everyone. I'm out. And I'll check you out tomorrow, man. Peace to the gods.